right, YouTube is saying that I am live. Let me see if I can zoom in on the chat. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, Rooster Tail 1. Sup, Bubba? Hope you guys are having a good week. But hey, if you're not, the weekend is coming up. Hey, right on. Thanks for joining, guys. I think this is going to be a fun one. How are you, man? Haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to? I've been doing actually a good amount of video editing. I've been working on a lot of fishing adventures. So something I meant to mention it in a community post. I am going to try a new schedule. I mean, it's more or less the same schedule, but behind the scenes, I'm doing something new, which is I'm going to try to keep consistently 1 month of videos in a backlog. So I spent a lot of this past January building that backlog, and so I have videos out to every other Saturday in March, up to March, and I'm hoping the time in between when I have free time, I'm gonna do bonus videos. So like, and those are just I'm gonna release them when I have them. So like that last one I just uploaded on Monday, that was like an example of one. First time ice fishing, that was another one. So I'm gonna kind of keep that schedule so that you'll always have a fishing adventure every other Saturday or something very close to that. And then, if I have more time, I'll work on other stuff. Um, let's see. Have you been thinking about the Discord thing? So I have thought about that a little bit. I know there has been a request to have start a Discord server, and I'm not sure just yet. The only concern I have is that I would want it to be moderated heavily, and I just don't know if I can personally monitor a Discord server. Uh, you know, as long as to keep it to the same standard that I would have this channel at. So that's the only concern I really have. I don't know if I very well could still do it, but that's just something. That's the only thing that's kind of held me back right now. Is I just know I'm not going to have a ton of time to moderate. Hey, huge fan of the channel. First videos I saw was the AI fishing video. Yeah, that's a good one. So I that was like the first really big video. It was the first one I think I released since getting monetized too. I did have one inline spinner guide that got similar views, but both the AI videos did really well, and I think it's just because it was a trendy, it's still a trendy topic, trashing on AI, but it was also like an informative video at the same time. Correcting all of the stuff that Fisherman Explained had gotten wrong. But anyways, yeah, nowadays I think Fisherman Explains. I think last stream I heard that he has a fly fishing video out, but yeah, I didn't really sit through it. I don't really know fly fishing well enough to really correct it, and it could be more accurate. I don't know, but I just knowing that the scripting start to finish is AI generated, I just wouldn't trust it. The same way I wouldn't trust something else that's 100% AI generated. Not to say that there isn't an application of AI. So, but just keep in mind when you're out there, if it feels like AI, you might want to just be careful. But if you saw my AI video, you probably already know that. So, Today I am looking. Looks like we have. It's about 5 minutes in. I think we probably have a good enough people that I can explain what's going on here today. So this is something I put together called Fishing GeoGuessr. So if you know the game GeoGuessr, it's basically um, you're placed in a random place in the world given a Google Street View. And based off of the Google Street View, you have to figure out where in the world it is. So I took that same idea and I thought to myself, I bet we could do a fishing one. And yes, I did make this. Granted, I did not make it alone. I had help, believe it or not, from AI. So I generated a lot of the code that is running this with AI. But granted, I do have a computer background, so I'm able to understand and explain it in a way that configuring a database and getting that kind of stuff figured out. Right now, I just have it being hosted, on my own computer. I don't know if I'm going to ever make it public, just because I don't know, the legal side of if I have the rights to, show off these images, because I did grab them from a popular fishing app. But this is going to be really fun. We're going to look at a bunch of different situations here. I think I'm going to start with the USA mode, so it's just going to have places from the USA. Each round is going to show us catches from a different state, and we're going to have to figure out where they're from. So I'm going to start off on easy mode. I can't remember the difference between normal and hard, but easy gives away the name of the water body, which might be helpful in some cases, especially if it's like, a reservoir that has to do with like a popular place in the world or in the country. Going ice fishing tomorrow. Any tips on lures? Now, I actually am. I might be going ice fishing tomorrow too. I just got invited. Um, I right now I only use tungsten jigs, so I use tiny little like 4 or 5 millimeter tungsten jigs, and I put a gulp alive waxworm on the end, and it's good for panfish. I caught some perch off of it too. Um, if you want to go for a larger fish, usually live shiners are the way to go. But anyways, let's get started with the game. All right, so you'll see we got a map here. And then over here, we have a bunch of pictures to go through. These are catch photos. Now, because I did take these photos, I also had a program to blur out as many faces as I could. Might not be 100% on spot, but these people did publicly post pictures anyways. So, um, but anyways, yeah. So it looks like we have the different species are up here, and we also know that this is a lake called Moses Lake, and it is in the U.S. So, let's see. That is a nice sized rainbow trout. Wow. That is really nice. And it looks like it was caught in March. So this is maybe a little bit more southern um, than where I live in New Hampshire. Also, just based off the fact, it looks like there's at least one walleye catch. I think it might be down here. Yeah, it's hard to see because it looks like the hands were also recognized as faces and blurred out. Okay, so there's walleye here. There's a lot of largemouth bass. It's somewhere in Washington. When you say Washington, you think it's Washington State or Washington D.C.? Because I could actually see D.C. I think Washington State might be a little bit too far north. That's a nice crappie too, or crappie. Oh, that is a huge bluegill. I didn't even notice that. That's massive. All right, D.C. Washington, D.C. Now, let's see. We know it's in a lake. Bethesda It's Crossroads. Okay, somewhere around here maybe. Oh, you think it's Washington State? I don't know, man. It's the part that keeps me from thinking that is the fact that they're catching, and I mean it's possible, but rainbow trout in March. I don't know. I feel like they would be kind of cold to catch rainbow trout up in Washington State. Well, let's see. We got a carp. That's also a good sign. I think I don't know. I have this feeling it's a little further south. I don't know if it's necessarily in DC. Um, it isn't timed, thankfully. Yeah, we can take as long as we want. Though I should probably, for the sake of showing other ones, just take a guess. So I'll put it in Washington D.C. Let's see if it's somewhere around here. Probably it might be a little further south, or maybe it is in Washington State. Oh my goodness! Look at that, Moses Lake. It truly is in Washington State. Did you look that up? This is crazy. I never would have thought all the way. And so the reason why you see multiple spots here is because these are the different catches. So each of them was caught, somewhere else on the lake. And I just had it configured in a way so that when it draws the distance, it just goes from the closest one. So I was way off with Washington, D.C. And yeah, looks like it was Washington State. Awesome. All right, on to the next round. Let's see here. Wow, that is a huge striper. Oh my goodness. Oh, Chesapeake Bay. Well, that gives us a good idea of where this is because I'm pretty sure Chesapeake Bay is near Virginia or the Carolinas, if I recall. Really tested me on my geography here. Hey, any of you guys remember what state Chesapeake Bay is near? I thought it was Virginia, but I can't see any designation. Hmm. That's also a really nice crappie. Oh, that is a that is a monster snakehead too. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's see. I think I'll just put it somewhere around here. I think Chesapeake Bay. I thought Chesapeake Bay is around Virginia. Um, around this area. I'll double check around Georgia just in case. I don't think it was though. I think Chesapeake Bay is further north. Scheme looks awesome. We'll have to take a deeper dive when I get home. Hey, yeah. Thanks for joining on Just One More Cast. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just put it in Virginia for now. Like around this area. It might even be further north, but one way to find out. All right. Hey, not too bad. I guess it's a little bit further north, but now I know where Chesapeake Bay is. Sweet. So, it looks like a lot of these catches were a little further inland. I think is it pronounced the Susquehanna River? That's cool. I've wanted to fish that river. Um, yeah, there are a lot of really big carp that go along it, and I'm sure plenty of other fish too. That's a cool one. All right, on to the next round. Okay, so this has to be down south because who's catching a smallmouth bass in December, right? Smallmouth bass December definitely has to be south. This is interesting though. Look at that. In May, it looks like this is like a rock formation. I think that might be seeing, is this like maybe around Utah or Arizona, maybe around that area? Looks like Colorado. Yeah, it could be Colorado. Lake Mead. I don't know where Lake Mead would be. Striped bass. So I'm gonna guess that this is somewhere. Yeah, this is like a southwestern state. Just because well, I'll be honest. I played. I think was it Rapala Pro Bass Fishing or Rapala Pro Series Fishing for on my Nintendo Switch a while back, and I remember catching stripers, landlocked stripers out there. That's Arizona for sure. All right, Arizona, Arizona. We're getting a lot of Arizonas. That's good. So now, where in Arizona? That's a good question. I would think it would have to be pretty darn close to one of the like main cities, just because everywhere else in Arizona is more or less, at least from my understanding, there's a lot of just like wasteland, um, or mountain land that's unpopulated. So I'd have to think if there is, it's going to be like near these lakes or maybe somewhere. Oh, that's a nice channel catfish too. Bluegill, another striper. I remember something Fisherman Explains video had. I remember calling out was that striped bass, landlocked striped bass, reach sizes that dwarf their saltwater counterparts, which is a complete complete lie. Like not even close. Because the state records, or sorry, the world record striped bass was caught off the coast of Connecticut. And it makes sense, right? Like the larger fish are going to be in a larger body of water. There's more food opportunity, and I mean they can go wherever. They're not confined to just a lake. Bye, boys. I like your videos. Hey, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. I'm gonna fish tomorrow. It is probably the best time in winter in North Texas. Oh yeah, you're in Texas. That's cool. I heard you guys were affected pretty harsh about with that ice storm that came through. Um, up here in New Hampshire, it was just like it was like nor'easter, basically. We got 2 feet of snow, but we're prepared for it, so it was no big deal. All right, I'll guess around here. Let's see. Oh, all right. So we weren't too far off. I guess 310 miles is a little far, but we got the right state. And now I know Lake Mead is next to Las Vegas. Southern Texas just got some thin ice. I don't think I'm going to be able to fish until early April because of all the snow we got here in Toronto. Oh, that must be rough. I know what you mean, though. I probably only have a fraction of the snow you're getting in Canada. But it I went ice fishing last Saturday, and it was still like basically 2 feet of snow, and it was crazy. I there was no parking available, so I had to basically like find the closest parking lot and walk a quarter mile until eventually I ended up getting down to the lake, and even then it was really frustrating to walk through all the snow on top of the lake. I ended up catching 2 perch. I made a community post about it earlier. So I'm hoping I can get another ice fishing video out. But we'll see. On to the next round. Let's see what we got here. We got Lake Delton, the United States. So let's see. Freshwater drum. Oh, off a fly rod. That's neat. We got another black crappie A. A saw guy. Now, I actually don't know if I thought a saw guy was the same as a walleye, but I might have that wrong. Maybe it's like a hybrid or a subspecies. A hybrid freshwater fish by crossing a female walleye with a male sauger. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I want to say Ohio for some reason, just because of the species, but I'm probably far off. Yeah, you might not be. Like I know that the oh, that yellow bullhead almost looks like a mad tom. It's so tiny. Might just be the net making it look small. But all of these fish, you're right. All of these fish are near that lakes region. Um, so it very well could be this area. And especially, I'm looking at the dates too. These were all caught. The earliest catches we have are in May. So that's a good sign um, as well, because it means like, this isn't going to be further south. I, I'm thinking somewhere in the lakes region. Now, if it were, where specifically? Is it going to be like Erie? Is it going to be like Michigan, Ontario, Superior? It's got mirror carp too. That's really cool. I that's another fish I want to catch. I mean, it technically is the same thing as a common carp. It's just a genetic mutation. But they look really neat. Um, let's see. And you're right. It's not a lake. Well, it is technically a lake. It's Lake Delton, but it's not going to be one of the Great Lakes. We know that it's likely, and maybe I should look a little bit further then from the lakes region. But we know it's got walleye and sauger. I don't know where sauger are, but I would imagine they're also in the perch family, since they hybridize. All right. Let's see. I think I am going. I would look for a city called Zelton, but the thing is, and what if I did like an internet search, then it's cheating, and if I looked around, like I could be here all night. So, hey, you know what? There are a lot of lakes in upstate New York. Maybe one of these is a Lake Delton. We have Sauger here in Kentucky. Oh, cool. All right, well, maybe I mean maybe it could be a little bit further south, but I still think this is north leaning. Um, might not be as far south. It could be actually Pennsylvania too. That's a good possibility. Yeah, watch it be in Alabama. All right, so we'll say maybe it's somewhere around here. I mean, I know that lake literally says a different name, but it could be somewhere in this area. Moment of truth. Ah, Wisconsin? You kidding me? It's all the way up here, Wisconsin. Wow, look at that. That is crazy. I never would have guessed that. I guess it was actually pretty close to the lakes region. Well, hey, the more you know. All right. We have a yellow bullhead. It's caught in August. Largemouth bass in April. Another largemouth in March. September, May. Wow, that water's very low. This could really be anywhere. Because I'm thinking I have all these species in the Northeast, and I'd catch them at this time of year too. Maybe it is the Northeast. That's a possibility. Yeah, you know what? Most likely it's going to be a southern state just by checking the dates. Really? Well, I was just looking at, I guess, catching a largemouth bass in March is kind of early. You're right. So it might be a little bit further south. Um, I still think it's somewhere like, I don't think it's down in like the Carolinas necessarily because I would just expect them to have a little more diversity as far as species go. Like really, I mean, it could just be the sample too of like the catches that I pulled. Um, but we're only seeing bluegill, largemouth, and yellow bullhead. Let's see, maybe Tennessee. Could be, actually. That's not a bad idea. Carolinas have zero diversity? Really? I, maybe Winya Basson will come on. He's, I think, from North Carolina. Um, I've seen him catch a bunch of different fish there. Definitely more than this. Um, compared to like in the Northeast, I mean, we have a decent number of fish, but I would say most of our species diversity is actually saltwater. Like you can catch a ton of different saltwater species depending on the time of year. Freshwater, I mean, you can catch, a decent number. It's not like, granted, it's not like we're in Europe, where they basically have bream, carp, roach, uh, zander, and northern pike. That's basically all they have. So we're better off than that. But compared to some other southern states, the Northeast doesn't really compare. But we have brook trout, which is cool. All right. So I'm thinking. Uh, I think Rooster Tail One might be onto something. I'm feeling like Tennessee, maybe Kentucky, um, maybe somewhere around here. We know it's a lake. There are a lot of lakes in this general area. Let's give it a shot. Hey, all right. Well, I mean, still 500 miles away, Missouri. But that's also, it's like on the border of Kansas and Missouri. That's interesting. Like very close, actually. That's the border. All right, good to know. So this was just like a random lake that was so when I set this up, I configured it so that it would take 100 states. Sorry, 100, not 100 states, 100 water bodies from each state. So just get the catches from them. And so in this case, it looks like the Drexel Lake, as small as it um, is one of those 100 from Missouri that was taken. I never, honestly, it's what surprises me is like, there's that one largemouth bass that was caught in March. I think Missouri, I mean, I know it's further south, but I know it gets pretty cold in the winter. Um, so it's kind of surprising to see such a large, like good sized largemouth caught that early in the year. And we have the game over screen, which honestly doesn't really. This was just something that was generated for me. It doesn't really need to be here necessarily, but it's kind of cool seeing how close we got. We were actually the closest on the first guess, Moses Lake, um, or sorry, other way around. We were closest on looks like Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, the second round. Cool. Do hard next. Oh, that might be tricky. Hey, meme dude, what's going on? We're just playing a little bit of Fish and GeoGuessr here. It's a game I put together. It's just GeoGuessr, except we use catch photos to figure out where in the U.S. the location is. So, oh, we don't get any hints except for we have the species down here and the time of here. Okay. So, um, let's see. Florida. Really? You think this is Florida? I don't know, man. Does Florida look like this in December? I don't think so. I mean, eh, I know stuff dies down south too, and things turn brown. That kid looks straight out of Florida. Maybe it's like northern Florida, like because so the only place in Florida I have like recent memory of is I've been to Cocoa Beach, um, you know, long time ago. All right, probably Texas. Really? I don't know if this is. I mean, it could be Texas, and there are a lot of because I think Jimmy Houston. I could be wrong. I think he's from Texas, and I remember reading in. I have one of his devotionals. I remember like reading about him talking about how all the grass turns brown like this in the wintertime. Now that's a little foreign to me because up here in the Northeast, we don't. I mean, yes, the grass dies, but usually everything's covered in snow. Yeah, northern or central. I'm thinking it might be like one of the larger cities in northern Texas. It's not a bad idea. And I mean, they're wearing short sleeves in October, so that's a good sign, right? I mean, it's pretty rare that I'm wearing short sleeves in October. Yeah, I'm thinking somewhere in the Dallas area. Could be wrong, but let's give it a shot. Hey, we got the state right. Look at that. We were only 44 miles away in Texas. Good one. It's 81 degrees outside right now. Oh my goodness. That is like a heat wave. Yeah, right now in New Hampshire, it is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. It is very cold. In fact, on my phone, I see that we actually have a quote unquote extreme cold warning tonight. I think that, goes for every other night though. Like, yeah, it's going to be -1 when I wake up, I think. Oh, actually, not even. That was this morning. So I don't know what that extreme cold warning's about. But hey, I'm glad we got this one so close in Texas. Now I know I did configure it such that every time it actually chooses another state. So we know that this one isn't going to be Texas. What was that lake called? I don't know actually, but at the end of the 5 rounds, it does, I believe, give you the name of the lake. So I think we'll be able to go back and see it. All right, so this is a largemouth bass in October, yellow bullhead in May, rainbow trout in May. Ooh, largemouth bass in August. Some nice fish. That's a good size one. That's at least like 2.5 pounds. That's a good one. So this feels like Midwest. I'm getting Midwest vibes. The reason I say that is because the trees are kind of sparse. Um, they're all caught around like the warmer months, and again, like the land just looks so flat. Like this is not the kind of terrain you see in New England. We have a lot of hills, mountains. At the same time, it's not the kind of thing you'd see in like Nevada or Utah or Arizona either. So I'm thinking maybe Iowa. I'm thinking Iowa might be a good one. That rainbow trout was almost definitely stocked. I'm surprised it existed in such dirty water. Look at how muddy that water is. And that is probably why it has such faded colors too. Because usually that's a telltale sign. Yeah, south or middle state. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking it's the middle. I'm thinking this is Iowa, maybe Nebraska. It could be Kansas too. I think it's a little further north. Um, could be wrong, but I'm looking at like the way some of these guys are dressed, wearing a long sleeve shirt in June. Maybe that's just for blocking the sun, but I am looking to catch my first largemouth bass. So far, I've caught rock bass and one smallmouth. Or bass. That's awesome. Well, hey, it's actually depending on, I mean, it might be harder depending on where you live. Um but, if you've caught a smallmouth, you can catch a largemouth with whatever you caught the smallmouth with, I'm sure. Um I tend to catch more largemouth, or sorry, smallmouth than largemouth, and it's just because of where I fish. Like most of the time I'm fishing rivers. I like the environment, I like the running water, I like being able to run up and down the riverbank. There are usually more spots available than if I was fishing a pond. Um, also, generally speaking, um, there tends to be, at least here in New England, there tends to be more publicly accessible places along rivers than there are along lakes and ponds. So I'm getting Iowa vibes. It could be Kansas, or it could also be Nebraska. So you know what? Let's see. I'm gonna try to kind of just put it, maybe I'm gonna put it around Omaha, somewhere around here. It might be Iowa or Nebraska, or I mean, we might be completely wrong. Well, let's find out. Wyoming. Huh? What do you know? Sheridan, Wyoming. That's cool. Holly Ponds. Okay, so this is actually multiple little ponds. I guess I mean I can kind of understand because Wyoming is also like a plain state, if you will, where there are, you know really it's just a lot of flat land. I think on the western side of the state, um, it might be a little bit more mountainous or rocky. But what are the best trout lures? I'll tell you right now, my like go-to trout lure is an inline spinner. It depends on the trout you're trying to catch, right? Um, like I I fish mostly rivers and streams, so an inline spinner is going to be the lure that I use. But if you're going for like lake trout, it's completely different. You could use live shiners. You could, well, I mean, that's not a lure. You could use like I know there's a guy on YouTube I watch who's also in New Hampshire, bend it fishing. He uses a lot of tube baits and um, like paddle tail swim baits that are like really large, because he's usually fishing really deep, like 40, 50 feet in the water. All right, on to the next round. I caught the smallmouth in a lake in Canada, but since moving back to America, I've caught three bluegills so far. Cool. I caught my first bluegill of the year was actually, I guess it was like 2.5 weeks ago. Hey, Winya Basson's here. All right. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. I was mentioning you earlier. Someone in chat had said that the Carolinas don't have a whole lot of diversity, that they have poor diversity in fish species. And I thought to myself, like, I think I've seen enough Winya Bassin videos to know that there's pretty good species diversity in the Carolinas. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, yeah, I bluegill is like one of the first fish that you usually catch. It was one of my first fish this year. And when I got back into fishing, I fished a ton as a kid. When I got back into fishing in this was 2024, I had caught a my first fish getting back was also a bluegill. I love catching them, and I got a good number of bluegill catches in my backlog that I hope to edit too. Anyways, we got, let's see, rainbow trout in December, so that's a good sign. This is a southern state. Looks like a white bass. Okay, so I have never seen a white bass before. I mean, I've seen them in like online, but I've never seen one in real life. They're not something that lives in the Northeast. I think they might be as far east as like uh, upstate New York, maybe, or maybe Vermont. I don't know if Lake Champlain has them or not. Let's see, sauger. Oh yeah, maybe it is Kentucky. Because did I think someone mentioned that there are sauger in Kentucky. That's a good idea. Blue catfish. That is a massive blue catfish. That looks a lot actually. I think that might be a channel cat. I'm gonna be honest. I know it's hard to tell them apart, but like I'm looking at the anal fin here. That looks like a blue catfish. I sorry, a channel cat. But it could. I mean, they look pretty similar. I'm getting Kentucky vibes. All right, gotta go now. Have an awesome weekend. Hey, have a great weekend, Nate. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. I know that is a massive catfish. I don't know who, how this is being landed. They're probably using like a maybe like a stink bait or maybe I I think they have like Joe baits, and you can also use the same stuff that like I all the catfish I caught this past year were actually with my carp setup. So I had a hair rig with fake corn, and then I used a pack bait to chum the water of oats, cream corn, and strawberry jello. Live bluegill. That's another good way to get catfish, I'm sure. Oh, and a striped bass too. Interesting. Okay. Um, anyone know? Can you catch landlocked striped bass in Kentucky? It'd have to be landlocked because Kentucky isn't on the coast. And they got rock bass. That's cool. Rock bass in April. Spotted bass. Now, I actually don't know the difference between a largemouth and a spotted bass. Um, I've seen some people. I know there are more bass down south than there are, um, you know, up here in New England. But like there are a bunch of them. I'm pretty sure. Isn't there? There's an Alabama bass, a Coosa bass. Um, I know they have a bunch of others. There was that new one they discovered or classified recently. Um, cool. So they're catching fish through October. And oh, actually, this was in December. West Virginia, perhaps. It could be West Virginia. Spotted bass have a rough patch on the young largemouth. On the young ones. Okay. Largemouth don't, and there's a different color pattern too. Have you ever gone to any fishing expos before? I'm going to the 51st Houston Annual Fishing Show on the 21st. That's awesome. I haven't gone to a fishing expo. I've thought about it though. I've thought about even maybe going one to promote the channel. Um, but yeah, I haven't been to one before. But that's cool. I'd love to hear how it goes. I know there's another one a lot of fishing YouTubers go to in Tennessee. Um, I know that one was I think this past month. Um, but yeah, it sounds really fun. You make very good videos. I like to joke with my mom by calling bass bass. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to place a guess here. I'm thinking, you know, I think it is probably somewhere. I'm feeling Kentucky more than West Virginia. It could be West Virginia, but since it's looking like this looks almost like a creek, but at the same time, you're catching a massive blue catfish. So, all right, let's see. I am gonna go with Kentucky, and I'm gonna walk in somewhere around here. What do you know? It was in Tennessee. Oh, this is Tennessee. Here we go. Right on. This is awesome. Oh, well, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I put this together earlier this week because I thought it'd be fun. Um, it's just like, the game GeoGuessr where you try to guess, where in the country or the world you are based off of Google Street View. This is just a fishing version that goes off of catch photos. So let's see, West Fork, Red River. That's cool. Very neat. Nice. Well, we weren't too far off. Freshwater drum, yellow perch, April, smallie in September, crappie in September, pickerel in April. It's a fall fish! All right. Oh, I love fall fish. I'm getting excited just looking at this picture. Ah, they are definitely. So smallmouth are definitely my favorite fish to catch, but I think fall fish are my favorite overall fish. Um, I love the way they look. I love the way they build nests. They grab small pebbles in the water. Creek chubs do it too. They're in the same genus, and they build like pyramid shaped nests that the female will then lay the eggs against, and the when the current comes, the eggs get pressed up against the nest. But yeah, I love fall fish. They're so cool. So we know that this is a northeastern state. I was going to say something up here because this kind of looked, honestly, it kind of looked like the Merrimack, but I might be off there. Yeah, this is looking. This is looking. Oh, but that's a walleye. Yeah, we don't really have walleye that far, so it might not be New England necessarily. We do have walleye in the I think it's the Connecticut River. There's a good population. Maybe Vermont or Pennsylvania. Yes, I think either of those are a good idea or a good guess. I'm thinking like I'm kind of leaning towards Vermont just because they do have fall fish in Pennsylvania, but I do know just based off of the fishing YouTubers I watch there, um, that most of the time when you're fishing like random rivers and stuff, odds are you're actually going to catch a creek chub over a fall fish. They do have fall fish in Pennsylvania, but usually the dominant species is the creek chub. Not entirely sure why. It probably has to do with the water temperature. Wow, that poor white sucker had like a bite taken out of it. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, channel catfish. All right. I catch them in October, May. All right. Unfortunately, the text on that shirt doesn't give away the spot. Just because it says Boston there doesn't mean because it also has Stockholm in Minneapolis. I'm I'm feeling Vermont. I'm feeling Vermont. It could be upstate New York. They do have fall fish there. Um, and this is also, I think, a river. At the very least, this is a river, and fall fish live in streams. They can live in lakes, but it's not as common. Usually, when it is a lake, it's like a reservoir, so it's like it's connecting. It's basically just like there's a dam in the river that makes it kind of feel like a lake. It's funny though because when I see this picture, aside from maybe the vegetation, and actually these pines almost look a little bit more south. Um, but this river here looks like the Merrimack River that we have going through New England. Um, so I'm gonna say maybe it's like southern Vermont, or it could be Pennsylvania still. Do you use fish brain? Yeah, yeah, you can. If you look up Bryce Goes Fishing, you'll see me on Fish Brain. I use Fish Brain a lot. I don't usually advertise it just because you have to like pay to for Fish Brain to really be useful. Um, if Fish Brain wants to sponsor me someday, I would love to get paid to do that. Um, but I'm not gonna go off about how amazing Fish Brain is unless I'm financially being supported by it. All right, maybe like Battleboro, Vermont, like somewhere around this area. I'm thinking somewhere around here. Let's give it a shot. Yo! Yo, we were 58 miles away. So this was upstate New York. This is in Glens Falls, though. Awesome. So I have actually been to Glens Falls before. Um, I haven't fished there. It's a beautiful area. It's very close to Saratoga Springs. Oh yeah, here's Saratoga Springs. I used to row in high school and college, like competitive crew, and this was one of the places that we raced. We raced in Saratoga Springs, and my family would usually stay in like a hotel at Glens Falls. But cool. So we were not very far. This is like within an hour or so, maybe hour 20-minute drive. Nice. For being hard mode, we've actually done pretty darn well at guessing this time around. Howdy, Bryce. Howdy, man. Hope you're having a good night. I I'm really stoked for this weekend. It's I'm hoping to get some ice fishing done. It's especially it's been such a long week for me. I don't know about you guys, But for those of you who are adults who have jobs, taxes are a pain. So I've been working on that this past week, along with just work stuff, and also working on the channel. All right, so you're saying Oklahoma with this beard right here? Well, I think you might be onto something because this was a black crappie in October. That's an interesting looking color on the lure. It's like a custom like foil or something over it. I think you might be onto something with Oklahoma. Oh, hey, look at that. A largemouth bass in January. So, fish are being caught through the ice here. So it's probably not Oklahoma, if I'm correct. I don't think there's a whole lot of ice fishing going on in Oklahoma. But I think you're onto something with it being around that area. Like this very well could be Kansas or Missouri. And I would say, just based off of again the vegetation here, I'm leaning towards the Midwest. Or I should say lack thereof. There isn't a whole lot of vegetation. There are a few trees in the back, but it's not like in New England, you don't just see a few trees in flat land. It's a mountain and or a bunch of trees. Maybe even Illinois. Um yeah. It might be Illinois. That's another possibility because I think the land's pretty flat there. I would imagine especially on the southern side. Gotta go. Nice talking to you. Nice talking to you too, Nicholas. Hey, have a great night and a great weekend too. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Illinois. I think St. Louis. That's technically um, Missouri, so we'll say maybe somewhere near Springfield. Hey, all right, so not too bad. It was in Illinois. It was just on the other side of the state. Well, that's awesome. All right, look at that. We did really well this round for being on hard mode. Awesome. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. I think we actually did better on hard mode than we did on easy mode. So yeah, I know we did even better than easy. So I almost wondered, should we put it back on easy mode just to like, just for the extra challenge? Because apparently being given all those hints didn't help us. I'm thinking, let's go on easy mode. Evidently, easy mode ain't too easy. All right, so we got this is called Rail Trail Pond. You're kidding. I think I know. I think I have a pretty darn good idea of where this is then. This is going to be in New England. It's got to be in New England. The only place I know that has rail trails. Okay, I know rail trails are technically other places too, but um, I know like a lot. There are a bunch of rail trails in New England. Um, there's the big one throughout New Hampshire. There's one in Vermont, at least one in Vermont. I'm pretty sure there's one in Mass. Um, I'm pretty sure almost every New England state has one. I'm even getting New Hampshire vibes here. This might be in my own state. Have I heard of a rail trail plan? I almost feel like I have. Well, I know where. You know what? We should. Maybe I can just run along the rail trail because I know where the rail trail is. It technically goes as far down as Salem. I don't think it's going to be that far south. But starting in Derry, the rail trail is right here. This little line, I think. Is it that line? Or is that might be a boundary line? Oh, well, is this oh that's Horns Pond. I need Hood's Pond. Oh yeah, here's the rail trail. So this little dotted line is the rail trail. I'm gonna say it keeps going this way. Cohas Brook, so now we're near Manchester. I think the rail trail ends up going up along here, along the Merrimack in Manchester. Pembroke. And then where does it go from there? Oh, it crosses. Okay. That pond doesn't have a name. I might be doing uh all this like micro analyzing of the rail trail only for it to be like in a completely different state. um but just based off of what I know, I'm going to say it's going to be somewhere between Concord and Derry. So maybe Manchester's a good guess. All right. You know what? We'll do it. Put it somewhere like. Well, I know that isn't it. I've fished there before. That's fun. Let's see. All right. I'll have it a little bit further south. I again might be completely off, but we'll see. Hey! All right. It was in New Hampshire. It just was completely. So this is I think a different rail trail then maybe. Um, cool. There's the Nashua River. Looks like that catch must have gotten mislabeled, but the other ones are here. Rail Trail Pond. I knew I had heard of it. Like it sounded familiar. I didn't think. I thought it would be somewhere further northeast, but figures. Oh, that was my phone fell. But yeah, that's awesome. So I haven't fished Rail Trail Pond. I have fished the Nashua River before. Um, and so that's a fun river to fish. As long as you can find parking. Because Nashua is a city and cities are not always easy to find parking. I even like further down this way, I think in Hollis, New Hampshire. Yeah, Hollis. Somewhere around there, there's a brook that I caught my first brook trout out of, which is really cool. Okay. O.J. Watson Park Ponds. I've never heard of an O.J. Watson Park, so We also know it's not going to be New Hampshire. That's an interesting looking crappie. I don't know. Is it like the spot here that's throwing me off, or the mouth is like, I don't know. It almost looks like part Smalley or something. Like it's got some other. I don't think crappie really hybridize with other sunfish, do they? Or it's this is just an interesting looking sunfish. Let's see. We got a flathead catfish, a largemouth bass. Pretty sure Kansas. I think it could be Kansas. Yeah, if they have do they have striped bass in Kansas? That's the only thing I'd be like, well, I feel like they're more likely to hybridize on the coast. It is 98% sure. Really? That confident that it's Kansas, huh? Okay. All right. Or Tennessee. Yeah, the only thing that's holding me back is actually just this hybrid here. Like, if there are striped bass in either of these states, then sure. I think like for certain, um, these these fish will be there. The thing that I'm not 100% sure about is like I'm pretty sure where they hybridize, it's closer to the coast. But you know what? Let's just give it a shot. We'll try. Um, maybe somewhere in northern Kansas. Sure. Yeah, we can try somewhere there. This is good, honestly, because I need a refresher on my U.S. states. So sometimes the U.S. to me is just this here. It's this, and then maybe California. Like that's a big maybe. And then the rest of the states just kind of mesh. So, all right, let's see. Kansas. Well, this is a pond, and there's a lot of water in Kansas. I didn't realize that. Wow. Hey, look at that. It was in Kansas. It was in is this Wichita? I think that's how you pronounce it. Cool. Well, hey, right on, guys. That was awesome. All right. Let's see. Crappy. November, largemouth. Oh, that's a white crappie. Cool. We don't have white crappie where I live. Um, but we do have chain pickerel, so that narrows it down. So chain pickerel, I'm pretty sure are northeastern. They might also be in the Midwest or Lakes region, I should say. Um, Minnesota, maybe might be Minnesota because they do have. I know they have white crappie out here. I think is it BB Outdoors? I've watched his videos before. He does videos, I think, from Ohio, and he is on a hunt for white crappie. So I know they live in Ohio, but it very well could be out there. Now, do they have chain pickerel out there? That's the only thing I don't know the answer to. They got pike, they got bluegill, they got everything. Chain pickerel, I don't know if it's. I think they have it out here. I know it's a relatively northeast fish. I know it's native to that area. I don't know how far west the range is. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with hmm. Yeah, let's go with Minnesota. You know, it is the land of like 10 million lakes or something like that, right? I think maybe 10,000. Um, wow. They really do have a lot of lakes. This is crazy. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in the center of all of these. It looks like seriously, it looks like someone just like took a paintbrush and just spat blue on Minnesota. Well, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. That was Rhode Island? Bro, you're kidding me. All of those fish were all the way. I never would have honestly. Like I was thinking maybe it could be the eastern U.S. just because of the chain pickerel, because I know it's that's part of its native range. I never would have guessed Rhode Island though. I mean that just looked. I mean when granted when I think Rhode Island, I usually am thinking like the city area, like Providence. Um, so but that is really cool. Yeah, Rhode Island has chain pickerel. Um, it's you know it's native to the Northeast. I will say I don't think it's as common. It's much more common in the northern states. So New Hampshire and Maine have a lot more chain pickerel than say like Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and I think Vermont probably also has a good number of chain pickerel. And that's I think mostly because it can, right? Like it's a species that can tolerate cold temperatures very well. So because of that, it thrives better or thrives more in the northern states where the other fish don't. All right, on to the next one. Let's see what we got here. Yellow perch, smallmouth bass, black crappie, golden shiner. That's cool. Bluegill, rainbow trout, brown trout, chain pickerel. That's a lot of different species. That's a nice sized chain pickerel too. Golden shiner. Now these are all fish that are in New England. This might be like New England edition. Whitman's Pond. Do I know Whitman's Pond? I don't know if I do. But like all of the, I haven't caught a golden shiner before, but I know they're in New Hampshire. Uh, that is a beautiful rainbow trout, by the way. But yeah, we have trout. Granted, they're stocked, but let's see. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. It could be Connecticut. Actually, I'm that's a good possibility. Because look, these they're catching fish in November. Not saying you can't catch fish in in November. I mean, I've done it before, but most of the time our leaves are also completely changed by November. So let's try like maybe southwest. Oh, hey, it was in Weymouth. That's cool. That's awesome. I mean, I've fished in Mass before. I I haven't fished this area though. That's really neat. All right. Whoa. Look at that. That is a beautiful tiger trout. I've never caught one before. That is a bucket list fish of mine. I mean, that looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Green sunfish, rainbow trout, rainbow trout, rainbow trout. Is this a Yearns Reservoir? I yearn to know where this is. Wow. That does not look like anything I've seen, and that also doesn't. This is giving me Western US vibes. I'm thinking it could be Colorado. I'm looking at this right here and I'm feeling Colorado. It could be Area 51. Oh, wow, that's another beautiful tiger trout. Whoa. It could also be like Oregon, I'm sure has some fish looking like this. Let's try. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's kind of tricky. October. October. Are they catching fish up, in Oregon in October? I don't know. Uh, I'm going. It's kind of weird because it's like there's a whole lot of space in between Colorado and Oregon. Um, you know what? I actually think I'm gonna go with Oregon because this I'm just looking off the trees here. I know Colorado's known for their aspen trees. Not to say that they don't have, you know, pine tree type trees like this, but I think I'm gonna go with Oregon. And it's a reservoir, so it's probably gonna be around rivers, probably connecting, maybe around there. Utah. Oh, I never would have guessed Utah. I didn't know they had so many trees in Utah. I thought it was all canyon. Goes to show you how much I know about Utah. All right. Well, we did all right on that time around. You know what? How about we'll mix it up? We'll mix it up. I got my producer suggesting I try the worldwide mode. So this is going to be catches that are outside of the U.S. I might still have the U.S. in there, but let's give it a shot. And then, after that, if we play that a few times, it gets boring. Then I also have another game I can play, um, Rapala Pro Fishing for the PS2, which I can bring out as well. But let's try worldwide mode. Wow. Okay, I know nothing already. I already have no idea. Uh, Southern Yellowtail Amberjack. Southern Yellowtail Amberjack. That's what we got to work with. Unknown, whatever that means. Oh, I think that might be just an unidentified fish, or I don't. I have no idea. I'm gonna take a guess that it's an Asian country. Australia? I think it might be a little further north. I forget. So actually, in the second Fisherman Explains video, I had that one joke about the sad yellowtail amberjack, and I remember just in looking that up, I'm pretty sure the original picture was in Thailand. I think it was Thailand. I'm gonna guess somewhere around here in Thailand. Whoa, I was way off. Okay. Okay, I was way off. The Bight, Turks, and Caicos Islands? I or Caicos or Cachos? I don't know. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, common dolphin fish. So common that I probably won't be able to guess where it is based off that alone. A black tip reef shark. That looks like a California shirt with the palm trees and stuff, but we know it's not going to be California. Well, I'm fairly confident it's not going to be. We got a wahoo. Hey, you guys ever heard of a wahoo? Yeah, I haven't. That's a pretty big like tube bait back there. That's kind of neat. Um, I'm gonna guess Salt River Bay. I'm gonna guess that's going to be, well, with a name like Salt River Bay, you'd think it's an English speaking area. Um, Maybe it's like this part of Mexico. Because again, this shirt's giving me California vibes. Just saying. I am wrong again. Yellow Bear Zero, what is going on? Glad to have you join us. I'm getting completely crushed at worldwide mode because apparently all of these fish are caught, in the Caribbean, the Bahamas area, and I I can't get it right for the life of me. Well, we'll try the next round. Common squirrelfish. Is it really that common? Because I've never heard of this thing. Just about to say it looks nothing like California. Oh, yeah. Well, that goes to show you how much I know about geography. A coral hind in February. Okay, if this thing was caught, if this is what February looks like, then this is gonna be Papua New Guinea. Maybe I was actually thinking like around Australia, so it could be Papua New Guinea. What's the best fish you've caught? Hmm. The best fish I've caught, um, if you're going by size, was a common carp. It was 18 pounds. I caught it last year. Very, very exciting. You can find the video on my channel. It's from, I think I uploaded it at the end of September. But yeah, that was a really fun catch. I think that's the best one as of right now. And I'm thinking, so we're in worldwide mode, so it's not going to be, it's not going to be in the US, or at least I don't think it should be. I'm thinking Australia, could be Papua New Guinea. Let's go on the coast right here. Moment of truth. You're kidding me. I'm starting to think worldwide mode just points here. Like, are these technically different countries? I guess they are. Wow. This is Jamaica. Jamaica. Yeah, I guess they're all in the Caribbean. I never would have guessed that. Oh, hey, dead giveaway. All right, we got a freebie. Woohoo! All Ireland species hunt. Well, that is cool, David. I hope you enjoyed your all Ireland species hunt, and thank you for helping me with this round. We know it's in Ireland, and that's a cool looking fish. I always thought Europe just had just had like carp and like a few stock trout. I think they actually trout might be brown trout. I think are native there, and we know it's going to be on the coast. Wow, that's a cool looking fish. A black marlin? I don't think so, dude. Dude, that is not a black marlin. That ain't even close. Oh, Atlantic cod too. Okay, so maybe it's like the western side. I know, like we have cod, um, on our side of the pond, so to speak. Blue mackerel, Atlantic mackerel, and northern pike. So obviously there's saltwater and freshwater here. Odds are the catches are just getting caught up, but that means it's very close to the coast. Um, oh, a pollock and a sea blenny that is getting censored, being recognized as a face. Oh, thanks for coming on, Rooster Tail One. Really appreciate you stopping by and watching. Have a great weekend too. Fun fact, brown trout are not native to the US, only native to Europe. I didn't know that. I thought for sure there was someplace out west they were native to. That's really cool. Good to know. I know that they I've seen brown people catch on YouTube. I've seen them catch brown trout in Europe before. So that's why I was thinking they were probably native there. That's really neat. Okay, so we don't have a location on this fish. I'm gonna guess it's just somewhere around here. I know it's the coast, and it's probably the western side of Ireland. Well, I was wrong again. At least we had the country. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Val's Gaming. Appreciate it. Your content's peak, by the way. Well, thank you. Yeah, I always do my best to put out good fishing videos. I'm gonna keep working at it. All right, cool. We got common carp. Oh, European perch. Okay, so this is like when I hear Europe, this is what I think. Like I usually think it's a carp, perch, usually those two. Oh, bream. Yeah. So we know it's not Ireland, but it could be the United Kingdom. European chub, grass carp, northern pike. Yeah, this I'm thinking this is Europe. I think it's gonna be might be close to like London or Manchester, maybe. France or the UK. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I know France has another weird fish that threw me off. Oh, there are some parts in France that actually have largemouth bass. They're like small isolated populations. I remember learning that, and it's crazy. Looks like a France carp fishery. Yeah, maybe. This guy, is he dressed like a Frenchman? Is this how they dress over there? Let's take let's take a look at France. Wait, Upper France. Isn't it just France? Oh, I guess there are different areas within France. Okay, so Geneva, that's Switzerland. Renee's. Maybe it's somewhere around here. It's in a lake, so it's not going to be any river here, but let's give it a shot. Ah, Liverpool, UK. Well, hey, you know what? We had it down to the right, the two closest countries. Figures it ended up being in Liverpool, and surprisingly close to the ocean too. That surprised, that caught me off guard. All right. Well, it looks like the stream's dying down a little bit. I'm gonna do one more worldwide round, and then after that, I think I might try playing a little bit of Rapala Pro bass fishing. Um, and then maybe I'll get back to this later. Let's see. Yeah, they do look really similar. Let's see. Steelhead in April. Rainbow trout. Wait, steelhead. Oh, I know where this is. Or I think I know where this is. I think this is Canada. White sturgeon. Yeah, this is Canada. Probably Vancouver. A tench. I don't know what a tench is. You know, it kind of looks like a sucker from this angle. But sturgeon are you catch them in the west side of the United States. Um, I'm thinking Vancouver. It could also be like the Toronto area. They have sturgeon, I think, around here in the Lakes region. But I have a feeling just based off of how many trout there were. Mirror carp. Ooh, that kind of throws me off. That kind of throws me off. Wait, bream? Okay, never mind. This is not going to be Canada then, because I don't believe they have bream in Canada. Where else do they have sturgeon? I never really thought about that. Hmm. Okay. So, bream, the common bream, that is a Eurasian species. They have it in some Asian countries and they have it uh, in Europe. Trout are also a very common species there. I'm thinking, I'm thinking Sweden. I don't know if they have sturgeon there. I know they have northern pike. I know they have trout. I know that they have landscapes that look something like where was it? Oh, never mind. Maybe it's not. I'm still getting either Sweden or Switzerland. You know, like somewhere around this side. It's a little bit, more heavily wooded. Maybe slightly further east. It could even be Finland. I love your channel. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I try my best to make fun and entertaining fishing videos. And so I figured I'd do the live stream just to engage with you guys a little bit more and um, have a little fun. Okay, so I'm gonna go Sweden. I'll go close to Stockholm just because odds are that's where a lot of the catches are gonna be logged. Let's see. Hey, not too bad. It was in Denmark, Copenhagen, or close to Copenhagen. I don't know if it's actually, but cool. Okay, so I didn't know. The more you know. There are sturgeon in Denmark. Yeah, I thought Sweden made sense too. But hey, we weren't too far off with this. All right, a white sea bream. Well, with a name like that. Oh, and what is this? Is this the name of the water body? Riber Ribera de Quateria? Okay, is this like near Spain? Maybe? Maybe near Spain or Portugal? Spanish speaking. Oh, hey, Wild About Fish is here. Hey, thanks for coming on, man. I'm a big fan of your channel. Yeah, I came up with the idea earlier this week, and I put it together pretty quickly. But I really appreciate you coming on. All right, so I am gonna try to figure out. This is a European sea bass that was caught in October. Okay, and this was caught in January. So it's gonna be, if this is what January looks like, it's got to be further down. Please do a face reveal. Oh, sorry. Hey, if you can get me to like 1 million subs, maybe I'll do a face reveal then. But for now, you're getting this guy down here in the corner. Okay, so it could be Spain. I'm thinking European sea bass. Maybe like on the northern side. Cool. No one catches bass. Oh, hey, you got your ultralight. Cool. Right on. I hope you catch lots of fish with it. I think if did you go with the Shakespeare micro? I think I had mentioned that one, but that's one of my favorite ultralight rods. Will you ever try a paid fishing spot? I'd consider trying a paid fishing spot, but the thing is, actually here in New Hampshire, they don't really exist. It's either private property that isn't, for fishing. Um, you have to know someone basically to access it, or it's, publicly accessible. So it's usually one or the other. I ended up going with the Akuma Celio. It was like $10, or people said it was better paired with Shimano. Oh, cool. Well, hey, I hope you catch loads of fish with it. And honestly, um, you know, when ultra, you don't need to spend a ridiculous amount on a rod. Oh, hey, look at that. It ended up being in Portugal. So, hey, we weren't too far off. I guess it makes sense for it to be closer to the equator because they were catching fish in January, right? Hey, Bryce, love your videos. Well, hey, thanks for watching them. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So we're just playing fishing GeoGuessr here. It's like GeoGuessr where you're given a random Google Street View in the world and you have to guess where it is. But this time around, it's fishing. So we got a bunch of fish pictures at a secret spot and we got to figure out where it is. Can't wait for spring bass. It's -10 out right now. Oh, that is cold. I mean, I thought I had it bad in New Hampshire. All right, so brown trout, brown trout, brown trout, brown rainbow trout. Ooh, we got rainbow trout, rainbow trout. And this one was caught in December. So we know it's a southern country, and it's likely one where there's a strong brown trout population. Rio Pichuta. Ooh, Rio, like Brazil, Rio? Maybe. What is your PB? That is it depends on what species we're talking. Um, my PB, like the largest fish I've caught, was a common carp. I caught that back in September, and it was 31 inches long and 18 pounds, just about. I'm gonna guess it's right around here because this is Rio Grande. Yeah, I'm thinking it's somewhere around here. I could be wrong, but I think Brazil is a good guess. Good as any. It was 60 degrees here in South Dakota yesterday. It's been so warm this year. Whoa! 60 degrees in South Dakota? Like the place was. I think Hold on. Before I make this guess, I'm pretty sure South Dakota is like the same latitude as New Hampshire. Yeah, it is. Look at this. This is, this is where I'm at. This is South Dakota. And somehow I'm getting like 18 degrees and you're getting 60. That's crazy. What's your favorite trout bait? My favorite thing to use if we're talking like artificial baits, then it's going to be, a lure would be an inline spinner. Rooster tail um, is probably the one I use the most. I prefer the Panther Martin, but I usually use a rooster tail just because they're cheaper, and you lose those things all the time. If we're talking soft bait, then it's going to be like a soft plastic. It would probably be the trout magnet. Um, but then from there, if you're talking like artificial, like imitation bait, I have used the uh, what is it? The power bait trout nibbles. I've used those before. Yeah, and when I use those, I usually pair them. Like I'll use it to enhance another bait. So I'll use either like a trout magnet or a Berkeley pre-rigged atomic tube. Those work well. How did you make your channel name? My channel name, Bryce Goes Fishing. It's funny you ask that because it actually took a really long time to come up with. Oop, I guess it was all the way down here. Um, it took me a long time to come up with it because I waited on the whole YouTube thing for at least like 2 or 3 months. I was just kind of thinking like, if I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, I want to go, do it right the first time, kind of a thing. And I ended up going through a bunch of different ones, like Fishing with Bryce. I knew I wanted to have like my name involved somehow, um, and then also fishing related. I wanted fishing in the name too, just because I wanted it to be the kind of thing that people would know what the channel's about without having to look at the videos. And most of my videos, with the exception of like the AI ones, are about me going fishing. So that's where, Bryce Goes Fishing kind of came from there. What's the craziest bass bite you've gotten? Oh, that's a good one too. The craziest bass bite I've gotten was probably it was if you go back to I have a brook trout, White Mountains brook trout video. At the end of that video, I had a smallmouth that was, I think, just under 2 pounds, and it hit a 1/16 ounce rooster tail. It was crazy. So that was probably my best. If you go back to the White Mountain or the mountain stream fishing for gorgeous trout video I put out, at the end of that video, you'll see it. It's really cool. What website is this on? This is actually something I made myself, so I don't have it publicly available. So right now it's not accessible, but I thought I'd at least try it out and share it on the stream here. Okay, so this architecture, this is giving me United Kingdom, England vibes. Could be wrong there, but I'm going off of the brick buildings. These almost look like textile or industrial revolution style architecture. Um, European whitefish. Okay, so we know it's in Europe. Rainbow trout. Cool. European perch. Common bream. A burbot. Oh, that's cool. Here, I thought burbot were only a US thing. In the in the Black Hills of South Dakota, something about the terrain here causes us to have warm spells in the winter. Wow. That's really interesting. It's kind of like Russia almost. Maybe it's Russia. The only hesitation I have is right here. Like this kind of looks more like a Western European country, just because of the development. Um, how did I make this game? That's a good question. So I have a background with technology and computers. So I have some programming understanding, and I used AI to help me develop it. But I was able to put the pieces together and explain exactly how I want like the database set up, how I want the photos to be downloaded, and it did a lot of the heavy lifting for me. Contrary to me trashing AI on my channel, I actually do see a future where AI can be used as a tool and not a substitute for human work and creativity. So like something like this is the idea was 100% mine. Well, 100% mine going off of another idea that already exists. Um, so AI didn't come up with the idea, but I told it how to implement it, and it did the programming for me. I think it's somewhere where ice fishing's popular. Yeah, maybe. You're right because they have burbot here. Um, yeah. Maybe. I mean, it could be either like the north side of the United Kingdom. Um, I don't know. I don't think Iceland. I'm thinking it's either in the UK or it's like northwest Europe. I don't know if they have burbot here in England, but hey, thanks for coming on, Nolan. Really appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate it. Thank you. And have a great weekend too. I live in the UK, don't know if there's burbot. Well, if you live in the UK, it must be really late for you. Make sure you get some sleep. Um, okay, well, if you're not sure about burbot, maybe it is Denmark again. That's a possibility. Hamburg, maybe somewhere around here. Let's give this one a shot. Oh, Finland. All right. Well, you know what? That probably would have been in my top 10 guesses. Wow, I didn't know that there were any places so built up in Finland, but now that I'm zooming in, it looks like there are a lot of buildings here. So, what do you know? I know it's like I almost have like an embarrassing level of like world geography. And I was explaining earlier when I was on here, it's like my idea of the US is just New England, Florida, and maybe California on a good day. The rest of it kind of gets kind of blended together. Um, all right, on to the next one. All right, so we got carp, and trout. September carp. Ooh, that is a cute. Is that a brown trout? Really? I don't recognize like those dark like little stripes going down. That almost looks more a like a cutthroat trout or something. Carpland. Yeah. Yeah, Carpland's a good guess. I think right here, this looks like literally the Carpland countryside right here. This also looks like it's a farm pond of some sort. And brown trout. Wow, this is beautiful. And this is actually looking like the UK. I mean, there are probably other places in Europe where you have like long like plains like this that are yeah, England straight away. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've seen stuff in the UK that looks like this. I remember watching actually oddly enough, I think it was like a news segment or a documentary on fishing eel. I think it was in Liverpool, and the environment like it looked very similar to this. So now that we're fairly confident that it's in England, um, any guesses as to where? There are stocked trout ponds in the UK. All right. I thought the brown trout might even be a native species there, but I don't know. Okay, so we will try maybe somewhere near Manchester. It would be so bad to move somewhere like the UK and not have bluegill, crappie, and bass. Yeah, I know, right? I kind of feel bad for for people in Europe in general that don't have the same like diversity of species. Like carp are awesome, but I've also heard they're harder to catch there because they're smarter and you know they have all these special methods for carp fishing. I could be wrong there. Maybe there are some places it's easier if they're not as fished as much. I also feel bad because it's like all of the ponds there, or a lot of them, you have to pay to fish, on top of paying for a license. Um, you know, hey, nothing. I don't have anything against the UK. In fact, I would love to try carp fishing there someday. I just feel bad, like we have so many different species to catch here in the States. Can you please search game is real game, please? um, it is it's something I just kind of came up with. I don't know if I have necessarily. I don't want to get in legal trouble for releasing this if because I don't technically own the photos. I scraped them, so that's something I'd be a little worried about. But um, I might release it at some point, but it would also have I couldn't do it for free either because it's going to cost money to host it somewhere. Host the server for people to actually play. I can't just have it running out of my house. But okay, let's try Manchester. Well, it's somewhere around Manchester. There's a lot of green here. I'm thinking it'd be somewhere there. Isle of Man. Really? Is this technically a is this part of the United Kingdom? I don't know. I haven't other than this game, I haven't heard of it. Okay. So it is part of the United Kingdom. That's interesting. It's being treated, I guess it is technically a different country. It's just part of the UK. Um yeah, that's interesting. Cool. Well, we got largemouth bass in July. Oh, largemouth bass, that's a good sign that we're dealing with a oh, never mind. Common rudd. This is a lot of bass though. Okay. Just based on how much bass there is here, an abundance of bass, if you will. I'm. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Canada, but now I see Lago di Varese. Varese. I don't know where that is, but unless that's French, is that French? If it's French, then it might actually still be Canada. I don't know if the common rudd is something that's caught in Canada though. But all these other species, like they have largemouth bass in the southern part of Canada, I'm sure. And there is bass in Italy. You're right. Um, would this really be all the way in Italy though? I mean, it's hard to tell if this guy looks Italian or not. Hmm. There is bass in Italy. Okay, maybe I'll go against my gut of Canada. I'll say Italy. Now, where in Italy? I'm gonna say. Well, we know it's a lake. There are a good number of lakes in this area. Close to Rome, sure. Somewhere around there. It was Italy. Hey, spot on, man. That's awesome. The buildings also looked like Italy. Oh, I honestly I would have totally gone with Canada and been like way off. So good job, guys. That's great. Lago di Varese. As you can tell, I don't know Italian. I'm probably butchering that. All right. So, I'll leave it up to you guys. You want to play? You want me to play this a little bit more, or would you want to see me play like another fishing game? Um, I'm sure there's still some people that probably want to see me play this. But the other game I have lined up is it's a fishing game for the PS2, and I actually got sound working this time. I know the last stream I did not have desktop audio working. Um, so maybe I'll give that a shot. Unless you guys really want to play another round here, I guess I could always go back to it too. But might be a little more engaging. I see the stream's kind of dying down, so maybe I'll just try to mix it up. All right. In that case, let me just see if I can get my emulator working. I mean, totally legitimate PS2. All right. So, this game here it's called Rapala Pro Fishing, and this is actually a game that I grew up with, just like the other one, Sega Bass Fishing Duel, and I absolutely love this game. In my humble opinion, this is the most realistic fishing game of the 2000s. I think it's actually a little bit harder because just a little bit. I see it's a little loud. There. What's your favorite lure? Ooh, I would say it's probably a like an inline spinner. I mean, it is my profile picture after all. So yeah, I'm a big fan of inline spinners. I also am also a really big Rapala floating minnow fan. How do you make a YouTube channel? Oh, it's not that hard. You just go onto YouTube, have a Google account, and I'm pretty sure you just upload a video. Like there's in the top right, there's a way to upload. Now, obviously, there's a complex answer or a complicated answer that is completely different. But knowing how to edit videos well and advertise them, do the packaging, that that just takes a lot of time and effort. I started almost a whole year ago, and still I'm still figuring stuff out, still trying to figure stuff out. So, but back to this game here. So this game, you might even recognize if I once this. Oh, I love the loading screens too. It's all like the marketing material. But you might recognize this music. Yeah, this is the music that I have at the end of all my videos as part of the outro. But yeah, it's just the main menu screen for this game, which is a blast. So we're gonna do some free fishing. And let's see, where do I want to go? Alaska. Ooh, that looks pretty. Texas, Arkansas, Minnesota, Florida. Ooh, that's cool. I'm liking actually I like a lot of these locations. Walleye, muskie, largemouth bass and crappie. stripers and silver salmon in the Sacramento River. That's cool. Arctic grayling and rainbow trout. Oh, that's tempting. I think I might go. I think I might actually go to Alaska. This is looking cool. All right.
You want to fish it?
Oh, I want to fish it. All right. So, they actually had. I can't remember his name. They had like the spokesperson of Rapala do the voicing for like all the voice lines for like your assistant in the boat, which is kind of cool. Do you like blue cheese? I can't say I'm a huge blue cheese fan, but I'm sure there are some catfish out there that go for it. All right, so I gotta drive the boat. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I also put in some custom textures. Okay, yep, I know how to do this, I think. So, I know somewhere around here. You know what? Under that cover, what I like about this game is it will, like, a lot of the spots that are good for fishing are very realistic, like around structure, and I also feel like the fish aren't too heavily, they aren't like, you know, too densely populated either. I feel like they're relatively accurate as far as like how many fish are in a given part of the body of water. So, okay, Rapala floating minnow. Let's give it a cast. 100 feet.
Okay.
That's pretty far.
Breathe, center yourself, and recast.
Let's see. Well, to be fair, I can't really see many fish. How do you measure your YouTube channel? Well, that's a good question. I have access, when you have a YouTube account, you have access to YouTube Studio, which that's where you use, you can access like all sorts of metrics. So I usually look at like the CTR, which is the click-through rate of how.
Man, this looks good right here.
Oh, well, thank you for telling me this is a good spot. I usually look at the click-through rate, which is based off of how many times YouTube has recommended the video, how likely or how many times do people actually click on the video. And then I also have access to watch retention. So I can see, you know, of the people who clicked on it, how long did they actually watch the video? Ooh, that's looking like a fish. Is he gonna go for the floating minnow? Nope. I think this guy's giving up. Oh, no. There he is. Come on. Get on over here. Yeah. This is a major fit alert. Okay, there are a ton of fish over here, but they're like only half interested in the floating minnow. Come on. We gotta get these guys. Let's go.
The fluorescent metallics work well on grayling, and so did the trout colors.
The fluorescent metallics. Okay, that's what he said? Fluorescent metallic. So, is that like... That would be like silver and gold, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, the color I was already using. Okay. Well, I'll try gold. Maybe that'll get him. All right.
Right there.
Right there. Ooh. Okay. Wow. He almost looks a little censored. He's very blurry. Now, granted, I actually I upscaled the game a little bit, so it's playing at like, oh, fish on!
Set it.
Fish on! Come on.
Reel it in steady. Good job.
Whoa!
Good job. Just stay with it.
All right, we got him. We got him. Come on. Hey! Look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful rainbow trout. We'll keep him. We'll keep him. Going in the live well. All right. There's some way. I forget. Maybe it's in the options for underwater fight. Gameplay. Underwater fight on. Yeah, I like having the underwater fight on. Maybe there's some fish hanging out here, like by the dock.
Fish are spooked.
Too late, the fish are spooked. Really? Alright, well, let me just check. Trust but verify. Apparently those rainbow trout like the floating minnow, so... Yeah, I'm not seeing much here. Yeah. Okay.
Try a tail dancer in hot chub, shad, or blue.
A tail dancer in hot chub. Okay, so you're just like straight up telling me what to use now. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try a blue one.
An excellent choice.
This is an excellent choice. Well, you did just tell me. Okay, I'm gonna head over maybe to this spot. I'm seeing some trees. Trees are usually a good sign.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for telling me. So I've actually never fished the tail dancer before. Oh, is that another rainbow? Oh, you just went by it. Come on, dude. You kidding me? Oh, we got another one. Got another one. Yeah, we got a fit alert. Fit alert. Come on, come on, come on. Where are these fish going? I think I'm too close to the boat now. They're probably not going to go for it. And a lot of rainbow trout.
They don't seem to be responding to that color.
They don't. You're the one who told me to use blue. What do you mean they're not responding to that color? What do you suggest, huh? Maybe rainbow trout, since there are rainbow trout fish here.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah, I know they're here, dude.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. There we go. They're responding. They're responding. Oh ho ho!
All right, she's got it. Set it.
Come on, come on.
Sorry, buddy.
No! Ah, ha, ha. That's something that's kind of frustrating about this game. In order to set the hook, there can't be any slack, which is very realistic, right?
She's got it.
But I almost feel like there's too much slack. Come on, come on. Like, I was trying my very best there to reel in. Oh, I think my drag was too low. That was probably keeping it. Okay, good to know. Why did you make your YouTube channel? That's a good question. You know, at first it was, I really just wanted to document my fishing trips. And so I would say that's still one of the main reasons, but I also like it just to like, show people how fun fishing is. You know, I've gotten a lot of comments over the last, 9 months or so saying like, oh, hey, I love watching your videos. You know, they motivated me to get out there and catch some fish myself. I love getting those comments. It's so fun to see people getting out there, inspiring people to go fishing. Because there's so much out there in God's creation, just waiting to be explored. And yeah, no matter where you are, it's really fun. How do you find creeks to fish at? That is a good question. Most of the time when it comes to creeks, I am... Oh, hey, there's a fish there. What? The fish is hanging out right there. Wow, that's a big one. Oh, is he just swimming away now? He's on a mission. Can I catch up to him? Oh my goodness. I didn't know that you could follow the fish like this. Oh, I think he's gone. We spooked him off. But yeah, to answer your question, I usually use Google Maps because most of the time when I'm looking for a creek, I'm looking for something that, you know, hasn't been caught on like fish brain, right? I'm looking for something that, you know, I'm looking for something that no one else is fishing at.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It happens to me all the time.
And apparently this computer guy is laughing at my casting ability. But yeah, usually when I'm fishing, it's or looking for a creek spot, it's usually Google Maps. I also every now and then I just drive by a spot and I'm like, wow, that looks like a place I could fish. That's not as common. Usually, Google Maps is what I'm using. You can use FishBrain, but again, I find like the most fun spots are going to be from like the best spots are the ones that you end up having to. I don't know where I'm going with this, but the best spots are the ones that you find on your own. Oh, hey, Ballrat1, welcome to Bluegill. Thanks for becoming a member. That's awesome. I really appreciate the support. If you, I will have your name at the end of the videos, but just so you know, I made a community members only post about it. There might be a bit of a lag between you becoming a member and your name being on the back of the videos. It's just because I make the videos ahead of time. So like within the next month, you'll probably there'll be at least one video out there. But I have videos out till I think March 14th already. But hey, thanks for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. What is your fish brain? Same as my YouTube channel. Just look up Bryce Goes Fishing and you'll find it. And that's also a good way of seeing all the catches ahead of time, right? Because I do log all my catches there. Ooh, fish, come on. Oh, you're kidding me.
I knew that fish was gonna be huge.
Oh. I am really throwing here. Will you ever do a face reveal? Now, I might maybe someday in the long distant future when I have like, you know, when YouTube's basically a full-time job, which I don't know if it's ever going to be, but maybe someday. You never know. But for now, I'm you know, I like having a separation of, you know, work life and YouTube life and personal life. Is it only rainbow trout here? Yeah, there's supposed to be grayling too, because this is an Alaska location. I couldn't find them though, so I think I might actually. I mean, I might take a few more casts, but otherwise I'll try another location. Oh, he thinks the fish are gonna get spooked, huh? That's what he said. Oh, I think this will help. Will help you guys if you're having a hard time hearing him. There's a way to turn text on. There. Now there'll be like a little thing on the side of the screen. You can see him. Base.
Yeah. That was perfect.
All right, so now he's saying it's perfect. That's good. So if it's so perfect, then where are the fish? Ooh, there's one. Is that a rainbow? I think maybe another rainbow trout. Yeah, the rainbow trout totally took over. Oh! Come on.
She's got it.
Yeah! We got him!
Take your time.
We got him!
Hook.
Fish on!
You're doing a good
Fish
To
on!
the right.
I'm way more excited than I ought to be. It's just a video game, but... Alright, we got another rainbow. Rainbow on the rainbow, you're right. Hey, thanks for coming on Just One More Cast. If you guys haven't seen Just One More Cast's channel, you should totally check it out. It makes very similar style videos to my fishing adventures. I really enjoy watching them. Recently went to a fly fishing expo that was kind of cool too. Fish are getting wise to. Okay, he's telling me to slow down, so I'll slow down. Alright, let's see. But yeah, I do think, at least for the early 2000s, this is the most realistic fishing game out there. You know, and that's coming from someone who's played a good number of them, at least the early 2000s, like PS2 games. You know, a lot of them are more arcadey, or like the Real Fishing series is, you know, the atmosphere is a little bit more realistic, but the fishing itself, I don't know, it doesn't feel realistic, right? Like you move your rod the wrong way and the fish throws the hook, which technically that can happen in real life, but okay, we got a fish, maybe we got one. Something that's kind of a pain about the topwater lures is, in this game, you can't move the camera like above the water. So you only get like this fixed angle. Alright.
Right there.
Right there. Ooh. Okay, is that a grayling? I think that's a grayling, guys. I think we can get a grayling. If it decides to go for my lure, or I'll just be sitting here on the top. I guess he didn't decide to go for it. You know what? Before switching spots, let me try. Ooh, I'm gonna say maybe a shallow running shad wrap. I've caught good fish off those in real life. Do you have any tips for catching northern pike in the spring? I've been trying to catch my first pike for a while now with no luck. Ooh, that's a good question. So I haven't caught any northern pike before, actually, believe it or not. I have caught a lot of pickerel though, and pickerel are very, very similar. I would say go early, like as early in the season as possible. You know, that's what I would personally suggest, because they are the first fish that I catch. And then also, yeah, big lures are good for northern pike. Minnow imitations, they also are a big fan if you're going after smaller pike. Inline spinners are also very, very good. They even sell bigger inline spinners, like you can get like a quarter or a half ounce. Some people even, or some brands, you can even get like a 3/4 or 1 ounce. The 1 ounce ones are usually for muskie, like really big inline spinners. How'd the GeoGuessr go? Sorry I missed it. Oh yeah, I just decided to mix it up just because it was getting a little boring after 2.5 hours, but it went well. You know, it's really fun. You know, I did mostly the US mode, but both of them seem to work well. But, you know, it's not as stimulating visually. You know, it's just me looking at a map and a few photos. Let's see. Put a jointed shad wrap on. Do we have a jointed shad wrap? I don't know. You know, that's an awful shame if they don't have a jointed shad wrap. Maybe, you know what? It might be something I have to unlock later, because I don't have like a registered save yet. All we have is trout in New Zealand. Is that New Zealand? NZ? Am I reading that right? Perch in some waters. I know there are trout in New Zealand. I think I saw on like Fishbrain there was like a few brown trout. I think I saw there. I think New Zealand is one of the few places actually in the southern.
Perfect.
in the southern hemisphere where you can, up on the mountains, I think you can ice fish in the winter. That's something I learned like in the last week. Apparently, there are very few places that you can ice fish in the southern hemisphere, which is why it's like, you know, known as like a northern thing, which is kind of cool. What? Oh, oh, that's another rainbow. Oh. And he lost interest. You see that? He's gonzo. He's gone. All right, well, let's mix it up. We'll go to a different location. If I can figure it out. I think I have to quit and then select a new location. But seriously, folks, catches even on your TV. I guess that's true if you're playing the game, right? I've never heard of any ice fishing here. It doesn't get cold enough. I might have read it wrong. I thought there were like a few mountains or like mountain lakes that were in New Zealand that you could ice fish. But I do know, like, you know, in the southern hemisphere, it's very rare. There are also some parts in Chile or Chile that you can ice fish as well. All right, let's see. I did Alaska. There is another Alaska, the Kenai River, that has king salmon and silver salmon. That is a very hard location. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that one for now. Maybe we can go to Minnesota. Ooh, I want to catch smallies. Yeah, we're going to Minnesota, guys.
You bet.
We are going to Minnesota. What's my favorite type of fish? That is another good question. So my favorite fish to catch is definitely a smallmouth bass. I've caught more smallies. I've caught more smallies than anything. Yeah, sorry, smallmouth bass. I've caught more smallies than anything. I really just love fishing rivers, and that's usually where I'm catching them the most. My favorite fish overall is also river fish, and it's the fall fish. And I think I just love it the most because, I mean, I love how unique it is, despite, you know, being a creek chub. You know, it's the largest native minnow species to North America.
Use a lighter touch.
You know, obviously the carp is the largest minnow species, but the fall fish is the largest native one. It also has, of the fish here that are like, you know, game fish or catchable, that aren't like microspecies, it's the most unique fish to the region. So, you know, smallmouth bass and largemouth bass, you can catch them almost anywhere in the contiguous United States. But here in, I just gotta cast this properly. Here in New England,
That cast was
is
right
basically,
on the money.
you know, it's New England and then a few southern, like, or I guess central eastern U.S. states along the coast have fall fish. So he said this cast was on the money. What are some good lures for some small lake smallmouth in the spring? That is a good question too. I would say my go-to small lure, and granted, I need to do more lake fishing. Most of my experience is off of shallow rivers. I would start with a Senko though. Like, I know that's like such a basic answer because everyone fishes a Senko. I will say I don't wacky rig a Senko though. I usually when I'm fishing a Senko, I only Texas rig it. I tried wacky rigging it a few times, and I know it catches fish. There are so many people that swear by wacky rigging a Senko or another stick bait. I just haven't had luck with it. Is there a fish down there? I just used the countdown so I could get a little bit deeper. But it looks like there isn't any. Oh, there's a fish. We got a fit alert. Fit. Oh, there he is. Come on. You know you want it. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh,
Feeler pop it. Set
come
the
on.
hook.
Yeah.
Reel it in
Fish
steady.
on.
Good
Fish
job. Stay
on.
with it. Keep steady pressure on it. Reel it in. You got
Oh,
her.
I'm reeling
You
it
got
in.
her.
All right. Well, that's a tiny thing. That is so small. You're saying that, I mean, it looks fat. Maybe that's why it's 2 pounds, 6 ounces. But I feel like I've caught in smaller smallmouth that look bigger than that. So unless the character is just like a giant, maybe he's like 6'5". Oh, new lure unlocked.
The fish here are hungrier than you think. Let's try a bigger size.
A bigger size, huh? I didn't know I could change the size. Oh my goodness. Guys, I can change the size of the lure. I had no idea. I mean, it makes sense. It's a Rapala game. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's stuff like that. This is realistic, right? You're going to use a different size lure to target different size fish. So what's the new lure I unlocked? Do I get to use it now, or... I guess I have to wait probably until I quit the game. Because I think I had all of these. For smallmouth on Lake Erie, I used a smallish Rapala and bring them in left and right. So long ago, I don't remember the size though. Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously, Rapala lures. I'm such a fanboy. I love Rapala. Hence why I'm playing a Rapala game. You know, I think it's kind of been ingrained in me. I'll use a fat wrap.
The fish here are hungrier than you think. Let's
Yeah,
try
I
a
mean,
bigger size.
Rapala floating minnow is like my second most popular lure next to, or my second favorite lure to the inline spinner. You know, if I was gonna go like ultralight fishing, just any day, the three lures that I would almost never leave without: inline spinner, Rapala floating minnow, and a jig, a tiny micro jig like a trout magnet, or Berkeley atomic tube, like one or the other. I know, we got another fish. Oh, look at that guy in the back. That guy's huge. Oh, we got another one? Okay, we got a lot of fish on our hands here. We got a lot of them. Your episode using each size of Rapala was great. Are you considering another lure sizes video? Yes. In fact, I actually, something I want to try for this year, and I might not get to it, I don't know, but I would like to focus more of my energy on, like, more intentional fishing trips like that. So like most of the time when my fishing adventures are literally just me out, kind of like almost like a vlog where I'm just recording my time fishing. And that's obviously the easiest kind of video for me to make. And, you know, it's a good balance of, like, you know, I enjoy it. It's good to document that stuff, but it's not as popular for YouTube. But when you do like a fishing challenge or like a specific, like when there's a specific goal behind the video that you can narrate either a story or have tension behind, those do a lot better. So I want to try doing that a little bit more this year. It might be more catch at every size challenges, like with the Rapala floating minnow. It could also be, I was thinking about this the other day, of doing like a candy video. I know people have done that before. But like, you know, buying different kinds of candies and seeing like which ones would work as good fish bait.
Just where it needs to be.
You know, so that's an idea I had. But, you know, there are plenty of other... I could do catch every size inline spinner. That would actually be really hard. Because there are... Oh, come on, Smalley. Come on. Oh, come on. Go. Yeah!
She's got it. She's got it. Set the hook.
Fish
Reel it
on.
in steady. Good job.
Fish
Good job.
on.
With it.
So yeah, it would be hard. I might do an inline spinner, like catch every size challenge, because you got the tiny, like,
Right.
1/32 ounce rooster tails, but then you also, if you buy them online, you can get up to, I think, an ounce. I don't know if there's a Warden's Rooster Tail that's an ounce, but I know it goes up to at least a half ounce. And I haven't caught anything off one that big before. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And that was a huge smallie, 4 pounds. Wow. Oh hey, Fly Guy's on here. You should try fly fishing streamers on a spinning rod challenge. That's a good idea. You know, because then I wouldn't even need a fly rod to do that. I was also thinking the other way around of trying like tiny inline spinners on a fly rod. I still want to try fly fishing. I'm not sure. You know, I'm hoping to get around to it this year. I don't know if it's in the cards for me or not. It depends on. I'm also thinking of investing in. I'm gonna eat my words here. I'm thinking of getting a fishing kayak. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna get one just yet. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to invest the kind of money in a fishing kayak and also invest in a ton of fly fishing gear. But we'll see. There's still a lot I have to figure out for this year. All right. But yeah, that's a good fishing challenge idea, to use like a fly, like a streamer on a spinning rod. I would imagine that'd be pretty hard too. In the UK, Rapala is expensive. I got this 2-inch countdown and it costs the equivalent of $10. Is Rapala expensive in the US? Yes, relatively speaking. It's not like a $15 swim bait, but it is like, you know, usually at Walmart, which is the cheapest place I usually buy most of my lures at. That is a, you know, it's usually like around $8. And that's like the cheapest possible. You know, if you're going to get that at like Bass Pro Shops or online, odds are you're going to be spending closer to like $10 or $12. Oh, you have an inflatable kayak. That's cool. I'm looking at like the heavier fishing kayaks just for stability purposes. I have really bad balance, despite throwing like, you know, competitive crew in, you know, high school and college. I'm really not the most well-balanced person. So I was thinking, especially like if I got like a heavier one, and granted they're a lot more expensive. I'm looking at like the Old Town PDLs. Those ones I could fairly comfortably take to like the ocean. I'm sure there are other ones, you know, at other price points that work too. But that's one of the ones that I also would love to have a pedal drive. That would be so nice. But we'll see. Ooh, we got another smallmouth here. Oh, is that a muskie? Okay, what do I have to do to catch the muskie back there? That thing is massive. Oh, and now another smallie from the distance. I don't think it's going to get it at 12 feet away. Oh, maybe it will. I mean, I'm just kind of... No? No, he's going away. Okay, so I'll back up just a little bit. And then what kind of lure is the muskie going to go after? I'm going to say... Deep diving husky jerk. And it's going to go with the big one. And it's clear water, so I'm just going to go with... Oh, you know what? Because it's a very strong predator, I'm going to go with fire tiger. I know, I don't think color matters too much in real life, but it sure as heck matters in video games. Oh, and what do you know? There he is. Come on, come on, come on, go for it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, oh.
Set the hook.
Yeah.
Now reel it in. Reel it in.
We got him. We got him.
Right with her. If she wants to go left, she's going left. Go left. All right, you got the fish now.
I got the
Don't
fish
horse
now.
it. Don't horse it. Just let it go and just follow where she wants to go. Just stay with her. Stay with her.
Oh, he's freaking out. Let's
To
go.
the right.
Come on. Oh. Come on. Nope. I can't let the tension. The tension's so sensitive.
All right, start moving to the left a bit.
To the left.
Back off the drag.
Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Nope. I gotta manage to drag.
right.
Oh, this
Going
is a
right.
this
Pull
is
to
a
the
tough
right.
fight.
Pull to the right.
Yeah, we got him. We got. Oh, that is a huge muskie. 37 pounds. Okay, I know it's like it's just a game, but like that was really fun. If anyone's curious, this is Rapala Bass, or sorry, Rapala Pro Fishing for the PS2. They also released it. They ported it to a bunch of other consoles because it was such a good game. Um, but yeah, this is, in my opinion, the most realistic. Uh, this is the most realistic fishing game of the early 2000s. You know, I guess you have more realistic stuff now. But that was huge. So, good to know. The muskie, they like the...
Are you sure there's fish over there?
Yeah, there were fish. There were fish right here. This is like where I cast before. You should try Fly Fishing Simulator HD before you actually get into it. LOL. I almost feel like I've played that before. Is it on mobile? Because I think I think I might. If it is, if there's a, or otherwise I played a different mobile fly fishing game before. I promise I don't spend the rest of my days playing games. As much as I'm talking about them right now. Yes, I think I have played that game before. It's fun. Eventually I realized though that if you just constantly tap the screen, you basically win every fight. So I had set up, and sounds ridiculous and defeats the purpose of playing the game. I set up like an auto tap on my phone to basically like catch the fish on repeat. And
how about a smaller lure?
Oh, how about a smaller lure? Okay. I guess I fished. I guess I caught the muskie. Okay, let's get him down there. Any fish down here? I might have to change spots. This ain't looking too promising. Okay. Oh yeah, and I think I might. You know, maybe I'll change spots after. Oh, hold on a second. I know why catching that muskie was so hard. Look at this. I'm only using a 4-pound test line. You're telling me I reeled in a 37-pound muskie with 4-pound test line? I almost don't believe that. Like that, I mean, the muskie, I didn't have a leader. Like it would have snapped it for sure. All right. Let's see. Line. I like finesse, but not that much. We'll go 6-pound. Okay, so maybe it's not the most realistic because who's catching a 37-pound muskie off 4-pound test line? But I like the fact that they added different lines and that they that you can kind of scale. You know what the difficulty and the presentation. I'm sure the lighter line is more appealing to the fish. What probably increases the bite rate. Can you make a brand in the future? Or will you make a brand in the future? You mean like a brand of fishing lure? Or I was thinking about selling merch actually of some kind, maybe like apparel and stuff. If that's something any of you guys would be interested in. As far as lures, I have a dream of someday maybe having my own inline spinner. I was thinking of maybe something that has like I'm a big fan ever since I got into the ice fishing jigs. I would really like to see a tungsten inline spinner.
That cast
There
was
used
right
there used
on
to
the
be a
money.
brand out there. I think it was called like Eco. Um, that sold them, but they must have gone out of business because you can't buy them anymore. I would love to do, I'd love to have something like that. So I might try taking like a tungsten bullet weight and try to make my own there. I would also like to have the inline spinner blade. When I say that, I mean like there's the one that's on the Panther Martin, like that style blade. That one's definitely my favorite. But I mean the willow leaf blades work too. Oh, oh, come on, come on, go for it, go for it, go for it. Come on, you know you want it. Oh, come on! Oh, what is that? Is that a smallie? A smallie going for it? Ooh, I think it is. Come on. Oh, he lost interest too. Okay. I'm gonna go. Maybe dives too. Maybe that's the route we gotta go. Oh, there's something. There's something. Oh, what is going on here? Why is it going above the water now? Since when do we get above water view? Ooh, is that a walleye? Or is that a muskie? Oh, it's a walleye. Okay, come on. Maybe I actually need more natural colors because of how light it is. I think, is that a muskie? I think that's a muskie too. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know. He doesn't like the aggression. Yeah, it was too aggressive, wasn't it? All right. All these fish are looking at my lure, but they're not going for it. So
For muskie, try the super shad
Super
wrap.
shad wrap.
Shad or perch color.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. Is that what the S is? I thought it was shallow. Maybe it's super? Oh, it is super. Okay, that's interesting because the shallow runner shad wrap looks exactly the same, and it's called. I think it's the same thing. Did it used to be called the super shad wrap? That's interesting because I'm pretty sure it has the same code, the SSR, or it might be maybe SSRS. I don't know. I'll
For
try it in
muskie,
perch color.
Try the super shad wrap in the shad or perch colors.
All right. Hey, welcome back, Rooster Tail 1. I decided to mix it up, so we're playing Rapala Pro Fishing for the PS2 now. But yeah, I'm having a blast tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I'm just glad I was able to get the game audio working this time. I had no idea, like when I did the 10K sub stream, that the audio wasn't working. That I didn't have the audio actually streaming. So it was like, you know, every time I referred to like, you know, the sound effects and the music, it was like it was like I was talking to myself. Okay, so he said to use the super shad wrap, but I'm not seeing any. Ooh, is that a? I think it's a walleye down there. Well, if I'm gonna fish for muskie, I don't know if this is the right spot. I might try over here. It's kind of nice. In this case, they just put like, you know.
Calm down, or the fish will stop biting.
Okay. I'll calm down. Maybe you shouldn't cast it. Oh, I'm totally casting there. No, there are fish. It's just getting caught up on the wood. But that's exactly where I need to cast. That's the thing. Okay, there we go. We got it. We got it, guys. You should try the jointed shad. Yeah, you know, I've been, and come to think of it, I actually, I have wanted to. I have a jointed shad wrap, that I haven't tried yet, like in real life. I did unlock a war, so maybe I should try quitting and
We're out of
reloading
here.
because it told me I unlocked a lure and it might be the jointed shad wrap. I don't know. The silver bullet of fishing. I love this old like marketing material that Rapala used
You've
to put out.
unlocked a new lure.
Oh, it's the glass shad wrap. Cool. All right. All right. Oh, I can change the weather too. Clear, rain, overcast. That's neat. Oh, I can change the time? Yeah. Let's do afternoon fishing. It'll be rainy. Cast stake. It's got largemouth base. Or we'll go table. How about we go Table Rock? A man-made lake. It's an underwater environment made of roads, homes, cars, and other objects. These unusual structures make good largemouth and smallmouth bass fishing spots. Table Rock is made. Oh, I couldn't read fast enough.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Cool. Oh, well, here it is. Okay, so these unusual structures make for good large and small base fishing spots. Table Rock is in... Oh, and it just loaded again, so I guess I'm not reading it. Okay, so I'm going to try... Is this the Table Rock right here? Is this it?
Yeah, I know a spot way over there. Should we move?
Oh, that's his way of telling me it's not a good spot. Okay, I would have tried fishing that. Maybe this is the Table Rock.
Back off.
Oh, yeah, he's telling me to quiet down, which means there are probably fish nearby that can be scared. And, oops. Oops, that was a weird angle. Alright. I'll try the new lure. It's a glass shad wrap.
Hey, you almost took my eye out there.
Almost took his eye out. How? What's the best time to catch trout? You know, I think it depends on where you live. For us in New England, or where I live in New England, the best time to catch trout is usually it's in late April or early May. That's usually when they're being stocked. If you're trying to catch native trout, then it completely depends, and you might have to look at.
Largemouth just love DTs down here.
Oh, they like DTs. Okay, I'll give you a dives too. That's what it's saying. Oh, never mind. It's a. Oh, is it a DT? That's a DD. We need DT. I think dives 2 is DT. And because it's a rainy day, I think the brighter artificial colors are supposed to be better. Hot mustard. We'll try hot mustard. But yeah, you also, if you're targeting like native trout, you have to make sure you're within like your local regulations. Because I know with native populations, usually the season is restricted a little bit more to preserve the native population. I know that's the case with the native brookies here. Usually you can catch trout as early or as late as like October, I think. But native brookies, come on, go for it. The native brookies you can't fish after Labor Day.
Set the hook. Pick it up. Doing good.
There we go. Fish on.
Keep that rod out there. Keep her going right. She's gonna
What
go
fish
right.
do you want to catch this year? That's a good question too. I would really love to catch. I'm hoping to catch
right.
my first
Stay
white
with
sucker.
her.
That's one on my list. I would love to catch a lake trout too. If I get a kayak, I will probably be jigging for lake trout. The place that I might be fishing tomorrow, if I get a chance to ice fish, is actually Lake Winnipesaukee. So I don't know if I'm going to be deep enough to catch Lakers. But if I do end up going, there's a chance there that I could catch a lake trout because I know there are lake trout in Lake Winnipesaukee and the lakes region. They're full of them. I just haven't fished that region much. I would love to though. That's a fish on my list. I also want to try. I know I had a comment saying basically like it's so refreshing to have
Yeah, I know a spot right over there. Should we move?
a fishing YouTuber from New England that doesn't do saltwater, because it's like that's every New England fishing channel is, you know, they do saltwater because the fish are so big. And it's true, like there's a lot of fun to be had in saltwater fishing, but I do mostly freshwater. I would like to change that this year though. I would like to do some saltwater fishing because other than haddock, cod, and striped bass, which some wouldn't even call that a saltwater species, I haven't caught any saltwater fish. I know there are better fish somewhere else too. I got stuck, okay? And now I'm trying to do like a 3-point turn that's turned into a 100-point turn. Oh, come on! You're killing me! Oh, alright, finally. We're free. I'm glad they didn't like soft lock the game. Is this an invisible wall? Yeah, figures. But yeah, I would love to do some saltwater fishing this year. I'm hoping that I can catch some mackerel, maybe some black sea bass. That would be fun. You know, bluefish, stripers. I would love to catch some more striped bass too. But if I get a kayak of some sort, that would be a lot easier than surf fishing. Not saying I couldn't surf fish, but it's definitely, there's an additional challenge of like, you know, sitting and waiting. And also, you know, I bought my my ice fishing fish finder. I got a Garmin Striker. I got that with the intent of, you know, if I got a kayak, I could use that, you know, wherever I'm fishing.
Way off. One more time.
This cannot be good for your boat in real life. Yeah, I don't think a 100-point turn is very good for your boat. Clearly I am ready to own a kayak because I'm managing this boat so well. Try using a Mirodyne for? It's in salt water. Works great. I've never heard of that. That's cool though. I'll have to give it a shot. I know a lot of people use like narrow spoons. Like they'll use like a Swedish pimple, or they'll use like an Acme, not Acme PB. They'll use a Castmaster, something like that. Are there any good fishing places in Washington? I'm sure there are. I don't know any off the top of my head. Though I did have, however, if you go to the last video I made in 2025, it was a Q&A. I did a video there on how I find fishing spots, or I did a clip there. Definitely check that out. Basically, in short, I use a combination of Google Maps and FishBrain to find my fishing spots. So definitely give that a shot. You know, and just spend some time on Google Maps. The winter is a perfect time to be doing that too. Like, you know, you're not really, for most of us, we're cooped up either playing games or you know, preparing for the next season, and this is a good time to look for new spots. I caught my white sucker on a split shot and worm. You might want to use that. Yes, I've heard they are, because they're bottom feeders. You know, just having any earthworm off the bottom of the stream or wherever you're fishing for them is the best way. And I've heard it's actually best to do it in the early spring because that's when they spawn. So I'm really hoping one of my first open water videos of this year will be targeting the white sucker. I've been using Google Maps and ChatGPT. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I actually, every now and then, I did connect some fish brain data to Claude, which is another AI LLM, and I've kind of used that for fishing, you know, asking questions about catches in certain locations and stuff. I'm honestly surprised Fishbrain hasn't come out with something like that because it would be super useful. Like, basically just to ask questions and then have it look up in its own data. You know, a response of like, oh, well, hey, there are fish here that were caught with XYZ. What game is this? This is Rapala Pro Fishing. This is, in my opinion, the most realistic fishing game of the early 2000s. I grew up playing this game. It's on the PS2. I don't condone piracy, but if you you can find it online, you know, if you have an emulator. Although when you play the game, it's worth noting it doesn't come with the Bryce Goes Fishing shirt. That is something that I textured in just because, I don't know, I was bored.
Better try that again.
Oh hey, Guitar Because I Am Bored is here. Right on. Thanks for coming on, man. I hope I catch some bass too. Alright, let's see. Come on, there has to be a bass here. Nothing? You're kidding me. Okay. We're gonna try to catch something here. They should add a custom Bryce Goes Fishing shirt. Yeah, you know, I think they probably would consider doing that, except here's the thing. The game's from 2004 or 2003. It's like, you know, it's a pretty old game, so I don't think the devs are gonna add something in like that. But I do also have the bass motor. If you didn't notice that, I put bass down there. They should have, yeah. Speaking of Bryce Goes Fishing shirt, something I have considered, I mentioned it earlier, I'm thinking of possibly setting up a merch store. I was thinking just like a drop shipping type. I was looking at Fourth Wall as a potential provider. So that's something I'm not sure if you guys are interested in, but thinking of maybe setting that up this year. I mean, it wouldn't really be to make a whole lot of money, because, you know, if I wanted to make money with it, I'd, you know, buy the shirts myself and send them out here and there. But you know, having someone manage or having a company manage that and only just basically taking a little off the top is probably going to make more sense for me, because I'd prefer to spend whatever time working on more videos. Like, I want to bring you more fishing videos.
Hey, we got all day.
Ooh,
take your time.
Look at this.
She's going right. Stay with her.
We got a base. This is looking like a good size one,
right.
too.
She's going right. Pull
Going
to the
right.
right. Pull to the right.
All right, I'm reeling it. I'm reeling it.
Keep reeling. Just keep the pressure on.
Are you kidding me?
That's one smart fish.
Oh, the fish through the hook. Oh. I wonder, if I cast in that direction, am I going to see it swim away? That would be really funny.
I couldn't have cast any better.
No, we couldn't have cast any better. Oh, there's another base. All right. My dad likes my channel and me too. Oh, well, hey, that's great. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys like it. I'm going to keep doing my... Oh!
You got a strike.
We got him. We got him.
Reel it in steady. Good job.
We got him.
Good job. Just stay with it.
All right, I got the
Steady
drag
pressure on
all
her.
the
Reel it
way
in. You got her.
off
You got her.
or on. I don't know how to say it. Basically, the line's gonna be tight. Okay, come on.
Keep the pressure on. You got her.
There we
Hook.
go. Base on, base on.
Just take your time. You got her hooked. Reel her in.
Bryce, when next video?
Okay, she's going right. She's going right. Hold to the
My
right.
next
Hold to the
video
right.
should be out.
Nice.
I think next Saturday is the next one I have scheduled, and I'll just check my schedule to confirm that for you. Let's see here. Yep. I think that's it. Yeah, February 14th is what I have. And that's going to be a really fun one, because, not to spoil too much, but every fish in that video was caught off of the trout magnet. And that was like my big aha moment for using the trout magnet. I'd used it a few times in the past, but I didn't catch much. And that day, it was like just crazy. It was like left and right, every single fish I caught. And I caught a lot of them, so that's going to be a good one. It's a beautiful spot, too. Alright, let's see if there are some bass over here. Catching bass. That was not a very far cast. It was also pretty shallow. Yeah, this location's kind of tough because it's hard to read the depth of the water, and also there isn't a whole lot of structure. Like, I mean, I get it, fish hang out in weeds, but when you're playing a game like this, it's like, it's not exactly the easiest. Can you repeat the game, please? And on what platform are you playing? So, this is a game, it's called Rapala Pro Fishing. And this is it's a game for the PS2 is what I played it on. I'm emulating it right now. It's also available on PC, I believe. I'm actually, I'm not even on PC. I'm on Linux, which I don't know how many of you have even heard of Linux-based operating systems, but I'm kind of a weird computer guy. But yeah, you can get it on PC. You can get it on. It's also on GameCube, but it's like an older game. They ported it, I think, to the Wii as well, and put it under a different name. But it's more or less the same game. Any particular color worked for you? I think that in regard to the trout magnet, I have only used the white color. I don't know why. I think I just did research and was like, I'm going to just buy one color. I did that just because I didn't want to buy the kit. I forget why. I think it was shipping.
Hey, nice work. I couldn't have found a better spot myself.
Or it might have been like, I knew either way I was going to buy additional trout magnet bodies because they never give you enough in the kit. Why do you usually use ultralight setups? That is another good question. I use it just because it's easy to catch fish, honestly, and it's so fun. Like every single fish you catch off of it is gonna basically put up a good fight. It's rare that you have a fish so small that it's not gonna bend the rod, and so that makes it more fun to fish. It makes it more accessible too. Like, I mean, you can catch small fish in just about any creek. And when you do land a big fish in a small creek, which, I mean, it's not super common, but it's certainly possible. It's happened to me. It makes it so much more fun. Like, when I catch like a 1.5, 2 pound bass off of an ultralight, it is a blast. If you haven't seen, I had some videos. I think I released them in either September or October. I know at the end of my mountain stream fishing video. Ooh, that's a small. It wants to go for it, maybe. At the end of my brook trout video, I had 1/16 ounce rooster tail, and it was a 1.9. Ooh, speaking of small, we got one here. 1.9 pound smallmouth, and it was really, really fun because it just slammed it, and it was just a blast to catch that thing on an ultralight. Face on.
You gotta ride with her. She wants to go left. She's going left. Go left.
That base is moving a lot. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That is a 4 pound, 6 ounce base. That thing is huge. Wow. Well, I think we can probably try. I'm going to try one more location. I'll catch a few fish there, and then we'll probably call it a night.
Right.
Just because if I do end up going ice fishing tomorrow, I'm probably going to be waking up at like 5. We got a snowstorm coming tomorrow, but it looks like it's not going to happen till probably in the around noon or afternoon time. So I got invited up to Lake Winnipesaukee. So I think I might do that. We'll see. Kenai River. Do I want to try Kenai River? Fine. You know what? It's not. I remember these salmon being hard to catch. Well, we'll try them. I got some money, and I'm gonna buy 2 new lures for the spring. I know I'm gonna get the Rapala floating minnow. What other lure should I get? If you don't have an inline spinner, you definitely should get an inline spinner. You know, I think the most versatile size is the 1/8 ounce. So if you get a 1/8 ounce rooster tail, they're dirt cheap. Honestly, you probably already have one. But there's that. Another lure that might be worth it. I mean, even then, like most of the time, I'm just going between inline spinner, Rapala floating minnow, and I want to get out of that cycle too. I use them because they catch fish. And I like being out there. It's better than getting skunked, right? At the same time, I want to give you guys a little more variety, and I'm hoping to do that this year. We'll see. I know I trashed the topwater frog in my latest video.
Wow. How'd you hear about this spot?
And I'm hoping to change that. I want to catch something off of it this year, I think. If I am able to access, like, you know, some more, I got a tip actually from one of my viewers and someone from my church who suggested an area. So I'm hoping that I can. Oh, I am really doing a bad job of casting here, but I'm hoping I can try that location during the summer months with a fishing kayak and hopefully catch something off the topwater frog. Would a 1/8 ounce inline spinner work for 10 or 15 pound line? So it depends. If you're, if you have a 10 or 15 pound line, I mean, is this on a medium power rod? Because if so, I mean, a 1/8 ounce will still work. It will. It gets a little bit harder if that's 15 pound mono or fluorocarbon or copolymer, then that's probably going to create a lot of drag and make it a little tricky to cast. Oh, is he going for it? Is he going for it? Come on. I remember the clown color working well as a kid. Maybe I'll try that. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Like, you know, probably go for something a little heavier if you have like a medium.
Lure is big enough to tempt.
Oh, you're right. I need to go up in size. And then we'll try. I want to try the clown color.
I don't think that lure is big enough to tempt the fish.
What is your ultralight rod name? So I fish with 2 different ultralights. The cheaper option, which I highly recommend. I think if you're just trying to get an ultralight rod, that's the one I'd go with. It's called the Shakespeare Micro Series rod. You can get that thing for like maybe still $20. If it's on sale, you can get it even cheaper than that. Otherwise, like the most I've seen it go for is like $25, $26. And that's you can get it as a 5-foot
Great
or 7-foot. Highly recommend the 5-foot. I would never get the 7-foot unless I'm in a very open area.
Got him.
Oh, I got a fish on.
Okay, you got her. Now just don't horse her.
Oh,
Just let her
fish
go where she
on.
wants to go.
We got a salmon.
All right, you got the fish now. Don't horse it.
Yum.
Don't horse it. Just let it go and just follow where she wants to go. Just stay with
Gotta
her.
open the drag
Stay
rope.
with her. To the right. If you don't give her enough line, she's gonna snap it. Looks like she wants to go left.
She wants to go left, really?
Really
I'm not
nice.
really. Okay, I guess she's going left a
Looks
little
like
bit.
she wants to go left.
Oh, no, no. Okay, come on, no. Oh, yes! We got him! I think, is that a silver salmon? I think it's a silver salmon. Yeah! Silver salmon. Ah, cool. There are king salmon here too, but I think they're even harder to catch. 19 pounds. Oh, new lure unlocked. Cool. The other ultralight rod I have, which you'll see me use most of the time, the green one, that is a, it's a TFO, Temple Fork Outfitters, Trout Panfish 2. And I absolutely love that rod. That rod costs about 6 times the price of the Shakespeare Micro, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't feel 6 times better, but it feels better. It feels like maybe 2 times better. So it's diminishing returns, and I'm not catching any fish off of that TFO that I couldn't catch off the Shakespeare Micro. So I suggest starting, like if it was going to be like your first ultralight rod, Shakespeare Micro all the way. If you want something that's a little more durable, Ugly Stick also sells an ultralight rod. I think it's called like the GX2 Ultralight. And it's like the same sizes. In fact, Ugly Stick owns Shakespeare, or it's the other way around. So like they're owned by the same company. So they probably like make the blanks in the same area, same factory or whatever. Maybe I have to back up a little bit. There have to be fish to the waterfall. Oh! There's a little rainbow there, that's cool. I think your green ultralight rod looks cool. Thanks, yeah. I really love fishing with that thing. If I needed to replace it, I would. Like, even though it's way more expensive, I mean it's not like top of the line. If you want to spend like, you know, $300, $400 on a rod, which I guess if you're a fly fisherman that's nothing, but like I'm not gonna spend that much on a rod. If I have $400 to spend on anything for fishing related, it would probably be something to invest into the channel. You know, whether it's camera equipment or, you know, maybe something for a fishing challenge. Or do you fly fish? I don't fly fish right now, but that will almost certainly change in the future. When? I don't know. I'd like to get it to this year. I'd like to try it this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. I really want to. And if it doesn't happen this year, it's definitely going to happen on my channel. Like, it's inevitable to live in New Hampshire, have a fishing YouTube channel, and not fly fish. And I know actually a lot of people who fly fish around here, so. One of them is actually, I met him once, the NH Fisherman on YouTube. He does like, you know, just shorter clips of him fly fishing for brookies. Oh, look at that, there's a bear! Yo! How is this bear not intimidated? I couldn't have picked a better spot! Oh, you kidding me? I'm sorry, guys. Whew. I found that a little too fun. My birthday's on Sunday, and I'm going to Lake Havasu. Well, hey, happy early birthday, man. I hope you enjoy it there. I don't know where Lake Havasu is, or Havasu. Sorry, Havasu. But hopefully it's warm enough to do some fishing, or cold enough to do some ice fishing. Yeah, no fish hanging out here. I thought for sure there'd be fish by the waterfall. I guess I was wrong. But I'm sure the game's like, oh, well, these are actually, like, eddies because there are branches that are blocking this stream. That's probably what they're trying to tell me by putting trees here. I like that they tried, though. Like at least there's an indicator. I'm not, like, fishing blind.
Are you sure there's fish over there?
Never mind, I guess I'm fishing blind. Well, of course there are gonna be fish here. Come on. Okay, fine. I'll cast, I guess, near these branches. It's in Arizona, and Lake Havasu held the world record red ear sunfish. Wow, that's really cool. That's really neat. Wow. I haven't caught a red ear sunfish before. They don't live here in New Hampshire, so I'd have to go further south if I wanted to catch one. We have some green sunfish. I've actually, to my knowledge, I've only caught one green sunfish. But it's cool to catch it. Most of the sunfish I catch are red breast. I mean, that's excluding, like, you know, bass, like largemouth, smallmouth, rock bass, because those are all technically in the sunfish family.
Perfect. Now just sweep it back gently.
Ooh, there's a fish. There's a fish. Come on. Come on. Is he still going to go for it? It's kind of stuck in the weeds. Oh, yeah!
All right.
Oh, it's a king salmon.
Now reel it in. Reel it in.
Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck, guys. It's stuck. What am I doing? What am I doing? How do I get him unstuck? This is not good. This is not good. Why is he stuck? No! No, come on! Am I just gonna be in a perpetual fight with this fish? One of us has to give, and it's not gonna be me. It might end up being me. Oh my goodness, what is happening? I'm trying to move my rod. He's not moving. What?
Okay, now's the time. Pick up the slack.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jump into the river. What is happening? I never remember this happening as a kid. Remember how I said, guys, this is the most realistic fishing game of the early 2000s. The most realistic. Wait, you're telling me you've never had a king salmon get stuck in the rocks before?
Keep steady pressure on it. Reel
Oh,
in. You got her.
I'm
You
keeping
got her.
I'm keeping it steady pressure, dude.
Keep the pressure on. You got her hooked.
I got her hooked. Oh,
Easy does.
I don't think he's giving up. Wow. I've never run into this glitch. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to snap the line. This ain't going anywhere. Now I'm not even reeling. There's just tension. And my controller's vibrating. Come on. Is
Point your
there any
rod tip
chance of
at
getting
her.
you unstuck? Nope. Alright, snapping the line.
You're doing a good job. Just right.
I'm doing a good job? I can't do anything.
Hey, she's hooked. Let her run. She's getting tired. That's one smart fish.
That's one smart fish? What do you mean? It got stuck. That was something else. when did you start this channel? I started it in, it was at I technically started recording videos, I think, at mid-April. But my first video didn't come out till the end of April of 2025. So, it's almost a year old now. I'm really surprised with, you know, how much it's grown in the last year. You know, most of it came from an inline spinner guide I made and both an inline spinner guide and the AI fishing videos. So.
Man, this looks good right here.
Do you have kids? I don't have kids right now, but I may or may not have a kid on the way. My wife and I definitely want to have kids, so you know, I'm hoping that we'll have kids soon. You know, we've only been married for 2 years, so you know, I'm just really excited to have kids though. And you know, one of the reasons why I try to have like family friendly videos is because I have other younger family members watching. I have my nieces and nephew. They end up How did you get so much subscribers in 1 year? Mostly it was from the AI fishing video. So I ended up I got, I think, around a quarter or a third of my subs just from those 2 videos. Otherwise, I got a lot of them also from, I did an inline spinner guide on how to use an rooster tail. That also, that's the video that got me monetized, so.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I was hoping I could catch at least one more fish, but. Oh, come on. Come on. Go for it. And don't get stuck this time, please. That's a huge salmon. Oh!
You got him. Set the hook.
We got him.
Reel it
We
in.
got
Reel
him.
it in. Boy, she's a fighter.
No. Don't throw the hook on me now. Do not. Oh, this is tough. Let's go. Let's go. Fit alert. Yeah, we got a big. This is a monster. Monster king. Oh no. Do not.
Man, she's a fighter.
This
Look at
tension
that.
is so hard to manage.
You gotta ride with her. She wants to go left. She's going left. Go left.
Oh, she wants to go left. All right.
Looks like she wants to go left.
Really? What gave that away? Oh, come on. No. Oh no! Oh. What a shame. In that game, what's the difference between keeping it and releasing it? So in this game, you can, when you keep the fish, it's really just for tournament purposes. So you can use it for, like, you know, you can only keep a certain number of fish. So that's like what goes to. Ooh, another one. Come on. Go for it. Oh, okay. We're getting this one, guys. We are totally getting this one.
Reel it in. Man.
What?
Hey.
I did nothing. I did everything I could there. Oh, that was so frustrating. Yeah, that's a good point. My line might be too tight. Are you able to change boats in this game? You're able to change the, like, basically, like, the skin on the boat, but you're not able to actually change the boat itself. So you're stuck with this one boat, but you can change the color at least. What is this game? I've never heard of it. This game is, it's called Rapala Pro Fishing. It's an old game. Came out for the PS2. Do you ever plan on getting a baitcaster someday? I might. I'm not like, I mean, part of me is saying wants to just get one this year. Part of me is saying it's not really worth it. The thing is, it's like, I know if I bought basically any other rod, it would allow me to do a different kind of fishing. Like if I got a fly rod, I could go fly fishing. If I got a, like, you know, I pretty much already have a surf cast rod. That's my carp rod. It doubles as surf cast. But if I got a surf cast rod, I could do more, you know, surf cast kind of saltwater fishing. Come on, sit the hook. Come on.
That's the one that got away.
Wasn't enough slack, I guess. Come on. And that's the frustrating part about playing the most realistic fishing game of the 2000s. Is what it is. Oh, is that a king salmon? I really want to catch a king salmon. Oh yes, that's a king. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go.
Well, at least you got a good fight.
I did not get a good fight. I couldn't even set the hook. It's just like real life. Oh, and now silver salmon's after it.
Good
okay.
Job. Just keep the
Hopefully I can at least catch a silver salmon.
Reel her in now. Looks like she wants to go left. Right.
To the right? Yeah. We got this one. We got this one, guys.
Keep reeling in nice and steady.
Yeah, he is as good as in the boat.
Pick it up. Doing good.
There we go. We got him. Awesome. 19 pounds. Wow. That's a killer. Hey, maybe I'll have to head to Alaska someday. Alright, well, I think it's getting a little late for me. And if I am going ice fishing tomorrow, it's going to be really early in the morning. So, I think I might call it a day. I call it a night.
Time to wrap it up.
But, I appreciate all you guys coming on tonight. This is a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed being on, and I really appreciate it, you know, talking with you guys, engaging.
A new lure.
Oh, and I got a round Rapala. Cool, chartreuse shiner. It's 4 a.m. Go to bed. Get some sleep. I know, that's what I'm going to be doing. All right. Yeah, hey, thanks for coming on. Just one more cast. Guitark is on board. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you stopping by and being members, and thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. All you guys, thank you for coming on. Have a good night.